not the screaming of a name, not comfort, not fear, not what itching ears wanna hear. Your love stands firm when kingdoms fall. My Lord Jesus, you are all. Refine me in the fire, strip away the pride, burn away the idols, leave nothing but cries. If it breaks what is in you, let it break. If it shakes what isn't true, let it shake. When the wide road calls my name and the easy way feels right, when the world demands I bend to its version of the lie, when truth is dressed as hate and compromise as peace, let my heart stay anchored, let deception cease. Your word outlives the storm, your truth remains. Refine me in the fire, cut away the lies, burn away the idols, open up my eyes. If it costs me everything, still I'll stay. If it breaks what is in you, let it break. Only Christ, only truth, only what is eternal. Only Christ, only light, standing firm in the narrow. Grace and truth, grace and truth, full of grace and truth, grace and truth. Full of grace, full of truth, not one without the other, not the noise, not the proof, not the crowd or the color, not culture, not fame, not the screaming of a name, not comfort, not fear, not what itching ears wanna hear. Your love stands firm when kingdoms fall. My Lord Jesus, you are all. Refine me in the fire, strip away the pride, burn away the idols, leave nothing but cries. If it breaks what is in you, let it break. If it shakes what isn't true, let it shake. When the wide road calls my name and the easy way feels right, when the world demands I bend to its version of the lie, when truth is dressed as hate and compromise
Happy Friday. I am so excited to be here. You guys all know Holly.
Ew, I'm back again.
Today we're keeping it pretty chill. I have a couple of interesting topics we're going to end up discussing today, and Holly has a few things as well. But yeah, today's just a chill day. We hope you guys want to interact with us in the chats. We're going to
Yeah.
be paying a lot of attention to that stuff, but
Yeah, I'm excited to see what.
so, yeah, me too. I mean, that's like my favorite part.
Yeah.
And like sometimes we just get so, especially with Holly, we just
Our ADD
both,
kicks in and it's like, oh my God. 20 minutes.
right?
So sorry, I'll try and pay attention.
And we both talk, 100 miles
lot.
an hour whenever we have something we're really interested
Yeah.
in. And then I look back and I'm like, oh, we are so far behind on comments. So today we are actively going to try to,
Try our very best.
yeah, to keep up with that as much as we can. So if you guys have anything to add about anything that we say, whether you agree or not, we would still we'd love to hear from you just to get
Yeah.
different perspectives on everything. So I actually wanted to start it off with something a little more lighthearted. Oh, okay. So hold on,
Technical
our tech guy,
issues.
one sec. Test it out.
Is that okay?
Can y'all hear
Yeah,
her?
no,
Good?
we can.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Whenever you're
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so
I
with
think I'm
these
good.
with these
gonna
arms,
turn the
yeah, how do I do that? I'm not gonna do that.
Tech guy coming in. You would think with my loud mouth that it wouldn't be a problem.
Well, it is for me all the time. With
Everybody
these-
always tells me, like, you're yelling at me. I'm like,
Well,
sorry.
but these arms, like they're so sensitive. I thought these arms would help make it better, but it just makes me think I can be further away from it.
Is that what's different from last time?
Yeah, we have the
It was
arms
just on the
now.
table. Okay, I
So
thought
you
it felt
can-
weird.
We can move it.
I feel like I've got a robot arm reaching into me.
Kind of is in a way. But anyway, we have a lot of fun things that we're going to talk about, but we're really going to keep it chill,
Super chill.
lighthearted. I actually wanted to start off with a funny video that my husband sent me this morning. The
Mhm.
comments are hilarious. And excuse the language in these comments in advance. Some of them are a little vulgar, but it's really funny. So let me get this set up real quick. Probably going to be really loud in our headphones, but I don't.
That's okay. I'm deaf anyway. There we go.
Okay. It's just short and
And
funny.
then it started raining when he said that. That's what
Yeah,
Josh said?
it started raining after, and the comments just kill me. So,
That one with that little boy. That one.
this one.
Yeah. Hey, boss. I think we effed up.
Yeah.
Why didn't it start raining when he said it?
Why did it start raining when he said that?
Can you imagine, though?
No.
Like Josh
No.
was saying, okay, so I guess one of the Roman soldiers, the one who I remember this from church plays, but I guess stabs Jesus the spear or whatever.
Yeah.
That I don't know if it's in the Bible or not, but he said that I don't know the story anyway. So take it or leave it. But he was blind in one eye. Is that right?
Yep.
And then I guess some of Jesus' blood
Got in his eye.
and then he instantly could see.
Yeah.
And can you imagine that happening to you after you just stabbed a dude and being like,
Oh no.
my God.
Oh no.
I have royally screwed up.
But they really had to have realized after, there was an earthquake. There was
Yeah.
there was a lot going on after Jesus died, and I feel like there were probably
How soon was the earthquake? Is that what they said rolled the stone?
Yeah. So it was I don't know, right after he passed away. I think
Mhm.
within
Probably when he was in
probably
2 months. Yeah.
as it happened,
That's crazy.
And it's
I've heard there's historical data, earthquake, scientists or whatever, that were able to actually prove that during the time that they think he was crucified and everything, that there was actual proof of an actual like earthquake happening too.
Yeah, no, there's so
I
much
love when that
evidence
stuff,
for
like
that
the
stuff.
archaeological and like historical stuff can, obviously you're not going to confirm everything, right?
But when you can
But when you
confirm things,
can,
it's
it's
really
really cool.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else is interesting? You know how it's like people say like whenever you start seeing things differently, like you come into this awareness of how big God is. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the veil is being
Mm-hmm.
torn,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you know like in the temple at that time after Jesus died, which I just always thought this was so symbolic, the veil tore.
What?
The
Like, oh, you
veil
mean like the, okay, okay. I thought you meant there was an actual veil. I was like, wait, what? I don't remember this part.
No, it was like that moment. Like the
Yeah.
veil tore. Like for everybody's like scales
Yeah.
came off of their eyes. There were so many people who woke up when that happened. And
Yeah.
I just wonder like what was going
Such a
through their
movement.
minds,
Yeah.
Like I couldn't
That's
imagine
wild.
being one that participated in all of that and then
Mm-hmm.
coming to that realization like,
Yeah.
oh no, I bet like honestly, I bet some people who were like even doing it at the time had questions and thoughts and wonders,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't feel like they had a choice.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, you
Yeah.
know?
It is.
Let's check out some of these comments.
Can you read that? I know your
Yes.
eyes are worse
Hey
than mine.
ladies, how are you doing? Hey friend, how are you? I'm glad you're here. Always happy to see your username pop up on these lives. I hope you're doing
You have like some of
great.
these like regulars, like
I
you recognize
do.
them? That's
I
cool.
have a group of people that
That's so
I
cool.
see on most of my videos
Uh-huh.
and then they show up on here. So
That's
I
nice.
like know them as like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, friends. And thank you for all the likes, guys. That helps us out a lot. So if y'all don't mind liking or sharing, that would really help out big time. And thank you all for the gifts. Y'all
Does
know
that help like push it?
it
Kind of
does.
like,
The
okay.
likes,
I'm
the
so bad with
shares.
social media, guys. It's not even funny.
Matthew 27:52 through 54. Do you want to pull that
Ooh,
up?
yeah. Let me see.
And you can read it.
Yeah. Let me pull up. Is it okay if I just like put it on my Claude?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What is it? Matthew?
So it's Matthew 27:52 through 54. He says, happening today.
Happening today.
Well, I guess like
Okay. Yeah, let's
signs
see.
going on.
Yeah, cool. Okay. This is what Claude says, guys. Great passage to dig into. I love how it's always like excited for what I've like searched. Okay, so it's the crucifixion narrative, one of the most dramatic and theologically loaded sections of the entire New Testament. So let's see. The passage covers four main scenes. So 27, 22 through 26. The crowd chooses Barabbas. I think that's how you say that, Barabbas.
Some people
Pilate.
say barbarous, I think, even.
But there's two B's. in the
Yeah,
NAS.
Barabbas would make more
Barabbas.
sense.
Okay. Pilate. Also, don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think so. The Roman prefect, governor of Judea, presents the crowd with a choice: release Jesus or release Barabbas. Okay, I remember that hymn. A convicted criminal. Oh yeah, he was crucified there too. Yeah. Okay. My mom was just talking about this last weekend. Yeah. The crowd chooses Barabbas. Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
Pilate literally washes his hands in front of them, saying, I am innocent of this man's blood. The crowd responds, his blood be on us and our children. That last line.
No, Barabbas they let go.
Right. They chose him to.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The last line, but that just shows like the Roman Empire and the control at the time. Like, like they were fearful of him.
Oh, they were all fearful. He questioned so much of
Mhm.
their authority because
Yeah.
they like made rules up that
Mhm.
didn't
And he's like, nah.
follow the Bible at all, you know?
And people could just see the light in him and know, like, yeah, what we've been doing, ain't it?
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
He came to flip tables,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And hey, McKenna, how are you? Glad you're here.
Hi.
One of my
I've
favorites.
Learned a lot about you from Emily.
Yep.
Hopefully when she comes in town, I get to meet her.
Yep. You will. We actually talked about that today.
Ah, cool. So, okay, then it says that last line has an ugly history. It was used for centuries to justify Christian persecution of Jews, which is why it's important to note that most scholars treat it as theological dramatization by Matthew rather than a historical transcript of what a crowd actually said.
So he says Matthew 27:52 through 54 is what he was specifically looking for, but that is all really good.
So let's see what the next. Okay, so Barabbas custom. Okay, then we've got verses 27 through 44 is the mocking and crucifixion. So Roman soldiers dress Jesus in a scarlet robe. That's what you were just talking about before we started. Place a crown of thorns on his head and mock him as King of the Jews before leading him to Golgotha, place of the skull for crucifixion. Let's see. A sign is placed above his head, says, "This is Jesus, King of the Jews," which like literally like they were doing that to be like, "You idiot." Like, you know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
ugh, the audacity.
Oh, I know. It was
the
so-
audacity.
But it's like also to like look at all what happened to Jesus. It's like he suffered worse than the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
It's like obviously he was who
Yeah.
he says he was. It was all like, I mean, Satan was
It's
definitely
crazy.
like,
they treated him like he was murdering babies.
yeah,
It's crazy.
probably worse to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Um.
It's wild.
So someone says, repent, please pray and obey the entire Bible and anything that the Holy Ghost says. Yep. Amen. I agree. Blessings back to you, Mike. Give them the clarity. Amen. There was an actual veil torn. Oh, yeah, there was. There was an actual veil torn in the temple. Yeah, there was.
Maybe that's where that phrase comes from.
I don't know, maybe, but
Or maybe
it's
that phrase
still-
was already a thing and then that happened. I don't know.
I don't know either, but
Yeah.
it's still
That's cool.
absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. That separated the holy place from the Holy of Holies. Thank you for that. Yes, you're right. Talk to God, he will show you. And then Josh says, the actor that played Barabbas, see, I said it wrong again, in the Passion of the Christ was an atheist. And he said after his scene where the crowd chooses him over Jesus, it changed his heart and he became a Christian.
Wow.
I mean, guys,
I mean, that
Jesus
has to
is
be like,
real,
especially as
like-
an actor, like moving.
but it's
you
like
know,
to move
like-
him like that when it's
Yeah.
just a scene. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was like kind of able to really comprehend
felt
of
something
what the
during
moment
it.
was.
and he felt
You know
something.
what I mean?
You know what I'm
Or at
saying?
least as much as humans can.
yeah,
Yeah.
like he felt the realness of like you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
cool.
I feel like God was with him during
Mhm.
that, and I think that's really cool. I did not know that. He wrote an entire book about it. I need to read that book. I think that's actually
I heard about that. Do you know what the name of the book is, Josh? If you do, put it in the chat. The last few verses that guy or girl had sent, 51 through 54, it's the supernatural events at death. So this is where the passage gets most historically like contested. By the way, I have my Claude kind of set up to where it lets me know. I like to know if there's like a certain story or character that has been like verified through something like archaeological or something like that. I like to know that. Not that if it hasn't, I don't believe it, but I just like to know that. So mine kind of does that, by the way. So at the moment of Jesus's death, the temple curtain tears into from top to bottoms. There you go. And then an earthquake strikes. Tombs break open and dead saints are resurrected, walking into Jerusalem and appearing to many people. Yeah, so the earthquake, yeah,
the
breaking
veil,
open the tomb.
literally the spiritual
cool.
veil tore and a physical veil tore.
Yeah.
It was very symbolic.
And it says the temple curtain was a thick hanging. It wasn't just like like you
No.
think of a veil now with a bride or something. Like this was like a thick like drapery essentially. So that's pretty cool.
I'm like, I don't know if I could go on pretending I didn't think it was real
Mhm.
afterwards, but like there was high punishment for believers
Mhm.
back then. And what's crazy is people still chose to believe anyway and still
Yeah.
worship
Yeah.
Jesus as the Son of God.
Mhm.
It's actually wild.
Christianity was like much different then too. Like I think it was like at least the first like 200 years after like those first 2 centuries at least. You know, like there was a lot more like I was reading earlier today that there was a lot more, I wouldn't say supernatural, but it was like a lot more Christians because there was all different like sects or whatever you want to call it of Christianity then, right? Before like Emperor Constantine like had the Council of Nicaea, I think it was, and decided like the different books and like this is how Christianity is gonna be. This is what we're gonna follow. Like before then, there was a lot more like the Gospel of Thomas is known for being like more mystical, and the
I left
Gospel of
this up.
Mary, obviously, like you know, is like I wouldn't say women empowerment, but it it shows like how much like women. I mean, Jesus like respected and like loved the women around him and purposely chose to have women around him that actually financed him,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, thank you, baby. I like to say I mean, obviously Jesus loves all of us equally, but I think he loves his girls too. I'm like, he's a girl
mm,
dad, you
well, I
know?
think
Like he
maybe
takes,
like, right, like he loves us all equally, right? But if you think back
but
then,
differently,
yeah, but yeah, right, because we're completely different creatures, really. But
for sure.
if you think back then, like how women were treated, and it was almost like he had to like care more. You know what I mean? Because women weren't treated equally.
No.
You know what I mean? So he was kind of like setting the tone of like, this is how it should be, you know?
No, I mean, I absolutely agree. I think so a lot of people like to say that, women shouldn't preach in a church
Mm-hmm.
because of one of Paul's letters
Mm-hmm.
to, I believe it was Corinth.
Yes.
It basically says women need to be quiet in a church. One, there's a bunch of, I mean, I don't think, like, I'm not sure if women should be preachers or not. I'm really undecided, but I think
Really?
that I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know. But I think we have different roles. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I do believe we're supposed to teach and go door to door. I mean, I don't know if we're supposed to be preachers
See,
or
I'm
not.
like down for a matriarchal church.
I'm like,
Like that's how far
I'm like undecided. I don't know, but like
Yeah.
that letter was specific to that church because there
Mhm.
was a problem with women yelling and,
Like they
acting
had things going on at that time. Like these letters were
right.
for specific people,
Yes. Yes.
specific churches, I guess, if you will, or groups of people that
These
fellowshiped
letters
and worshiped
weren't
together.
written with the intent of being in the Bible.
Or
You know what I'm
for being
saying?
like this is how it should
A
be. This is
worldwide
law.
set.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah. So I don't really
Mhm.
know how I feel about
Which is
that.
why it's important to like know about, which is like for you guys who haven't like heard the ones I've been on in the past. I have grew up
Did you want
in yeah, sure. I grew up in like a primarily Baptist, like Christian home, went to church several times a week kind of thing. And to be honest, I didn't pay super great attention. But I like later in life, like as of fairly recently, um had like a spiritual journey, if you will, whatever. And now how I'm going about the Bible is like learning. I first started with like who wrote what book, what was going on at the time. And now I had Claude actually creating this really cool timeline, which if anybody wants me to send it to you, just send me your email or whatever. But it's like an interactive timeline. And what I asked it to do was because a lot of times whenever I'm asking Claude questions or I'm reading a book that has like biblical history and stuff in it, um, I don't know some of the characters that it's talking about. I don't know when some of those stories happened, and so I wanted a timeline that kind of like lays out the main characters in the Bible and the main stories in the Bible, like on a timeline, right? And so, and then just because it knows how I like things, it also like tagged on there if one of those stories or characters has like any archaeological things that we've discovered, since they were alive. It like adds those little notes in there because it knows I like that. Um, but it's super cool because for me, like how my brain works anyway, like when I'm like reading a story or something, I want to kind of place it on that timeline. It
Yeah.
helps me memorize
Yeah.
too, to kind of like know where that hits.
Well, it's like
and so I
also
just did that yesterday, and I'm
to-
so excited to use
to
it in
like
the
have a
message.
timeline too. It's like to understand the bigger picture.
Yeah.
It really helps.
Yeah.
No, I've done
I
that
think
and I
it's
think
so
it's
cool.
awesome.
So cool.
And it's like, yeah, you don't have to have archaeological proof to
Right,
like believe it,
right.
but it's also really cool
It's
to
really
have
cool when
the
you
extra
do.
confirmation and to share it
Yeah.
with other people who maybe are on the fence and
Mhm.
need that proof, you
Yeah.
know?
And I like reading like the different debates. Like it's not necessarily gonna like I could find out tomorrow that the Bible was like completely just all made up, whatever, and it would not make me not believe in God.
Because
you know what I mean?
it's more
But I
your
still find the
relationship
Bible
is more than that.
incredibly interesting. Yeah, it's
Oh
like so much
yeah.
more than
I
that.
love my Bible. You
Yeah.
know this. I
Yeah,
love my
yeah.
Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So Benjamin said earlier whenever you read that verse,
Mm-hmm.
he said still happening today.
Oh yeah.
I kind of agree. Like I think there's a lot of dark spiritual things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
with the things we're finding out that people have been
Mhm.
doing.
Mhm.
I'm trying to be careful obviously.
And kind of also like how much of that has been going on that we like didn't realize now.
Coming to the light.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting. I was thinking about this. So,
You got to get a little closer.
okay. So, stick with me here, guys. This is just my brain. I have not read or anything, so take it as you want. But, okay. So, with like AI and like Claude and things like that, don't get me wrong. You got to be careful. But we have so much information at our fingertips. Not only can you just
Explosion of knowledge.
quickly look up a verse, but you can also have your Claude like send you all the different like interpretations of that verse, like the actual original Hebrew version or whatever, like King James version. And so you can compare all those things super quickly, you know? And then you can quickly go from like, I'll be researching one story and there'll be a character on there. And I'm like, okay, for me to really fully understand what this is about, I need to know who this character is. And so I can just ask it, okay, tell me who is that character and how does it relate to this? And we are like discovering so much, like biblically even, you know? And I just, it's a fascinating time to be on like this little journey that thank you. It's a fascinating time to be on this like little journey that I've been on, because I think maybe if this had happened a few years ago, I maybe would have gotten almost kind of discouraged or like worn out with like the amount of like research that would have went into actually finding, you know, different things. Because I mean, think about it back in the day. I mean, you're like what, like 9 years younger than me, so maybe you don't remember this as much as me. But like, I remember a day where we had to go to the public library.
Oh man, it's so funny. Did you watch my last podcast?
I only watched the first like 40, like
Did you
50
hear
minutes.
me say that on there?
I don't think so.
That's wild. So
yeah,
I
that's
said
funny.
in the last days there will be an explosion of knowledge. I mean, this is written, right?
Yeah,
And I was like, honestly, with AI, look at
It's
it.
an
So 30
explosion.
years ago, people had to go to the library to get information,
Mhm.
and then the internet came
Yeah,
about.
and even with that, like Google
That was
and
a
stuff,
big jump, though.
yeah, huge jump. But the jump from that to AI is insane.
And then smartphones. Now you got it at
Yeah.
your fingertips.
Mhm.
And now AI. So now what used to take humans decades to accomplish, AI can do in minutes.
Yeah,
Like, if that's not explosion of knowledge at its
Mhm.
finest, I don't know what
Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know. It's cool. Like, I mean, I know it can. I also see like the dangers that come with it too. Trust me. It scares me in a lot of ways. But at least now, we'll see what it becomes. But it's like, for now anyway, like on my, and I like Claude, because when I had ChatGPT, honestly, it was like lying to me like crazy about stuff that it's like, it knew it
It
was lying
started
to me.
to, you
It knew it
know,
was
like when
lying to
it
me.
first became a thing,
Yeah.
it didn't.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like censored. And then all of a sudden, I feel like people were
It was
connecting
crazy.
too many dots with it
Yeah.
because they would ask it this
Like,
and then
I
ask it.
had
And then
asked
now
it
it's like,
something.
well, that's a conspiracy
Mhm.
and blah, blah, blah. And I was
The
like,
weird thing for mine was like, it was something I would not expect it on. So I think it was like the I don't want to say the word because sometimes it like bans our stuff, but the e-files, you know, that have come out or whatever.
like
Okay, so there was that Files Transparency Act had been passed in Congress, like I think it was like last November 2025. And when I was asking ChatGPT, I was asking it like when that was actually passed and for it to tell me like more about it. And when I asked it that, it was like February or something of this year. So like that's
obviously,
been in the news.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
on government websites, like
Yeah.
that's a thing, right?
it would be easy for it to find the right answer.
And it literally was like that there's no such thing. And I was like, have I worded this wrong or something?
It's
And so
done
I
that
go
to me
look and I'm
before,
like,
too.
no. And I'm like, no, this is a thing. And it argued with me.
I've had it, the same thing.
I was
and
like, I
eventually,
literally was like, I'm done. I'm
You have
done
to-
with you. Delete.
well, the thing is, I'll because it makes me so mad. I'll
Mhm.
start sending it links, and it'll be like, oh, well,
right.
I guess
so
you're right.
crazy.
And I'm like, so it's like, sorry about that. And I'm like, I know if
Right.
like,
Sometimes it will like say sorry when I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
like you're not sorry.
I kind of, I feel like AI, and I know like you and I aren't completely on the same. I think
Uh-huh.
it's fallen angel technology. And I think we're in the end times, like I've said before.
I heard this thing the other day where I was like, I mean, this is another thing. Like, I don't know anything about this guy, so take it as you will. But it was saying that, and this is wild. I probably shouldn't even say it because I don't know much about it. It was just a random video that popped up. But it was saying that, like, under the Vatican, some people think that there's like ancient technology buried under there. And
I've heard something about this. I haven't done a lot
yeah,
of
it's
digging
like
on
I know
my
nothing
own.
about it, but it just made me think about it when you said that.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Because like, I mean, think about it. Like
Think about the
the
pyramids.
temple. Yeah, exactly. Like so many things.
Like, I can't remember what Josh said. If he's listening, I hope he puts it in there. But he was like, it would cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to move one of those stones. And
Mhm.
there's like thousands of stones.
Yeah.
And the precision is so precise.
That's
it's like
the thing that gets
like it would
me.
be so hard to rebuild it now, but
Yeah.
people did it with pulleys and
It's like down to what, like a quarter of an inch or something?
it's
like
like-
it like from corner to corner, like being perfect on each side.
with the technology we have now,
insane. We
it's hard to
couldn't replicate.
replicate
Yeah.
it. I mean, you probably could right now, but it would
Especially
be
with
hard.
AI, but
it
yeah.
would be hard.
Mhm.
Like it with
Even 5 years ago, you
with
couldn't.
AI.
Right. Exactly, right? It's like, so, I mean,
I don't know,
those
man.
are the kinds of things that I'm like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I didn't even. I'm like with AI. Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
That's probably what they used
It's
back
like,
then.
mm,
Just saying.
I don't know. I don't
So
know.
can you see what Benjamin said? He's the same guy that was talking about the verse.
Check when San Francisco was completely destroyed by an earthquake. Okay, let me look that up because I feel like I vaguely remember that, like in my lifetime. So I was born in 1987. So let me see. So
And-
I like to keep my projects on cloud. So I'm going to get out of my religion one because I don't like to throw it off.
So someone says this is just my opinion and believe women shouldn't preach because of the lust of eyes. Some men would be distracted. I'm gonna be honest. That's so true though. It really is. I'm like,
Hmm.
men can't help themselves. Like there's dudes. I'll be sitting in a normal pose.
You think
Listen,
all men?
not all, but a lot. A lot.
know.
You know this.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I'll
me
be
started.
sitting in a crisscross applesauce pose on YouTube and I'll have dudes like telling me off
Mm-hmm.
for making them feel lustful. And I'm like, honestly, you're the weirdo here, not me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I mean, I'm like, I would be down to preach at an all women's church all day
Yeah.
long. I think
Like,
that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
I think a matriarchal church would be awesome. And then, hey, there, solves your problem. Y'all can go listen to men all day long if you want.
Yeah. I'm like, let's
We'll
go.
vibe with the females.
Yeah, let's go let's start a women's
And then,
church.
like, you know, guys that are cool with it and aren't like that and can actually just see women for what women are, especially in that kind of setting, then come along. But,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Like-
If you can do it without being weird.
Mhm.
Thank you for the gift, Josh. He gave some roses.
how do gifts work? Okay, sorry, ADD. I'm about to look up this.
Yes. Oh yeah. Finish your thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But how do they gift things work while I'm looking this up?
They just like can select like roses or like a sticker.
What does it mean though?
Well, it'll just like give you money.
Like it's just it is?
yeah. They'll spend. That's why
I
I
thought
always
it was just like a little like icon, like cutesy.
yeah. It is
Oh.
that too. But I always tell them
so
not.
you have to have a lot of followers to get that.
I mean, not really. You just got to have the people on there
Really?
who want to, I guess. But
Y'all, I'm so illiterate. It's not the right word, but when it comes to social media, it's sad. Back in the day, though, when I used to have like my pageant company and I was like, it was like Facebook was, I think, the only thing around. And I used to kill it. You know, and I was like, oh, I'm so good at social
When-
media.
when
I had
Facebook
a
was
marketing
good.
degree. Yeah. And like, I could just put it out and people would see it, you know, like the good old days. And like now it's like social media and stuff like marketing, like advertising changes almost weekly. I don't even know how like people who have that job keep up with anything. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry.
Josh says it's like 1 cent. Yeah, so roses are like 1 cent. So he said- but also, I never want anyone to feel like yeah, right. I never want anyone to feel like they need to
Yeah,
send
yeah,
me
yeah.
anything
No,
ever. So
never.
y'all never
we do this for fun.
Yeah, I do this because I love it, you
Yeah.
know, and I love talking about God. And this is my little church, you know, you guys
Yeah.
are my church family.
Me too. Because at this point in my life, I have no desire to do anything else. But I just like the fellowship with like even just one person. Like this last weekend,
Having someone to talk to, a group of people to talk
Yeah,
to, like it just,
yeah.
you know.
this last weekend we went to Fort Worth to it was my mom's birthday, and so my family got together, my
Oh,
brothers.
he says 18th of April, 1906.
Yep, that's what popped up. Okay, I'll come back to the story. we're going to go to this. So the Great San Francisco Earthquake of 1906. So yeah, definitely not in my lifetime. So at 5:12 a.m. Pacific time, a massive earthquake struck the coast of Northern California with an estimated magnitude of 7.9. That's huge.
Huge.
Created intense shaking, felt from Eureka on the north coast of the Salinas Valley. Extensive fires broke out in San Francisco and burned for several days. More than 3,000 people died, and
Wow.
over 80% of the city was
Wow.
destroyed.
Why don't we know more about this? I don't
Wow.
feel like I've ever.
Can you imagine if that happened this day and age? Like how much more infrastructure
Oh,
they would
it
have
would be
than in
so
1906, but even
bad.
in 1906, like, wow.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, it was horrific. Absolutely
Wow.
horrific. Okay, so
That's
how many
crazy.
years ago? What does it say? I have that thing blocking. It's hard.
How many years God said, man, yeah, I'm going to have to move that.
Maximum will live. So like a generation. He says 100 and well, I think I've heard 70 to 80 years as a generation, and I've heard up to 120 years as a generation. So he said it before Noah's flood, 120. Okay. That's interesting. Actually.
120 years is considered a generation?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that is like I feel like that's it. It almost feels different now because things change so much
quickly that
You know what I mean?
like your parents feel like they're
Mhm.
in a different generation than
Yeah,
than
because,
you,
like,
and
like let's say okay,
we feel
my
like different than our
great
kids.
great grandfather. While his life was very different than my great grandfather, as far as like everything, right? Like transportation, all that kind of stuff. Like the difference between my grandfather's and my kids now is exponentially different. It almost feels like the generations would be. I know they're not, but it almost feels like they would be shorter. But it really we just have so much more change in a generation, really.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about modern generation, it is 70 to 80 years technically. Like that's your
So
lifespan.
biblically it says 120. Is that what it is? And then, but
Yeah, but
scientifically,
people used to
whatever.
live like 600 years.
Yeah.
And then after the flood, God was like, y'all aren't going to have those same kind of
Mhm.
long lifespans anymore.
Yeah.
People live that long, they can do a lot of
Mhm.
bad. The bad people have a lot of time to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no more.
We need some of them gone before then.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're good. 80 years.
We need you to go answer for some sins.
Right. Time to tap out. But it's interesting because I feel like, we were always meant to live 120 years, but I would say like, back then people did live longer because,
Biblically, you mean?
yeah, well, even like after the flood, even I think we were meant to
Mm.
maybe live up to that point, even.
Mhm.
But like, if you heard of someone now that lived 120, that would be wild.
Yeah.
But back then, if you think about it, they would, and TikTok tried to kick me off for this one time, so I'm gonna say it in a specific way, I guess.
Mhm.
They would not eat 3 meals a day. They would go days and days because they had to
Oh,
hunt
yeah,
for
I
their
remember.
food. And I don't
thought you
think we were
promoting.
right.
So silly.
Oh, it said poor body image. Poor body
Yeah.
image. But I think that and listen, I will eat 3 meals a day. And not all the time, honestly. Usually I eat like once a day or sometimes twice.
Mhm.
Probably not the best, honestly. I just get really busy and
Yeah, me too.
I forget until I'm starving.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, well, no wonder I haven't eaten today.
Hangry.
Yeah, I start getting in a bad mood. But back then they would go days and days without eating. It was normal. They felt fine. They felt
True.
clear-headed. They had to hunt for their food,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the stuff that we eat
Mhm.
slowly kind of kills us in a way.
Especially now.
Yes.
So,
Like all the
yeah.
plastics, like people have like
plastics.
microplastics in their brain. Like that's a real thing.
I think even in your blood.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm like, so no, like we can't live to be 120 with
Yeah.
like I'm sad for the generation that's younger
Mhm.
than us at this point.
Well, I'm the idiot that, like, even just like a year ago was still microwaving things in a Tupperware. Like,
Right.
I have been horrible.
Oh,
about
me
it.
too. Me too. I just recently, and thank you, Benjamin, for the rose. We appreciate that. So, what's interesting or funny, really more than anything, our freezer or our refrigerator's kind of broken outside. It like freezes our
The
water.
garage one.
Yeah, it freezes our
Oh
water
yeah, I
bottles.
went and got one the other day and it was frozen.
They're
yeah.
frozen.
Uh-huh.
And we have it turned to the like warmest temperature it could go to.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
just, it's old.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Josh has had that refrigerator for like 30 years. Like his family had it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like he said, it's like, he said that fridge is probably 20 years old.
That's hilarious.
You know that.
I don't even remember it.
It's the same one.
Yeah, it's like I don't even remember.
It's-
I was
it's-
thinking it was here whenever we got the house, actually, but no, I don't know.
So it's,
I have a horrible memory.
he won't get rid of it. He won't
Yeah.
buy us a new one. He's like, oh, it's still good. I'm like, babe, the waters are frozen, which I usually just drink out of my cup anyway.
Yeah.
But he was trying to heat up a water bottle in the microwave for Sawyer the other day.
Josh was?
Yeah, and I was like, no. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
This
you're gonna
guy
give him cancer.
Is one of the smartest human beings I know.
Yeah.
He's
And
like,
he
he's
act-
like 169. What are you doing?
He was acting like I was the
Water
crazy
bottle
one.
up in a microwave. That's hilarious. So did it work? Absolutely not.
He warmed it up.
Just a little bit of cancer mixed in.
I was just really like not happy, and I was like, take it out. And he goes, okay, Sawyer, I guess you have to go to school with frozen water. I was like, yeah, and not cancer. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I'm like, just run it under some water for
Yeah.
a minute, you know? Let's see. I just came off a 3-day fast. I did a 5-day before Thanksgiving. It'll change your life. I know. Honestly, and I'm due for another one. I will say when I do a fast, but you have to like do it right. You don't just not eat.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like spend time with God and talking to
Oh, like
you
a
will get
spiritual
answers.
fast.
It's like your mind is clear. It's
wild.
actually wild. So if you ever want to, we should do one together. And
Okay.
but we have to
Okay.
like plan it at a good time.
Yeah.
Let's do a
We're
3.
totally getting banned for talking about this.
Right, I know. A 3-day fast. It'll just give me a mark.
We're not encouraging people.
Yeah,
Sorry.
please eat as much as you want if you
Put
want
some
to.
meat on them bones. All you want.
But he said a 3-day fast, and it made him really clear-headed.
Cool.
Josh
Huh.
says microwaves don't affect plastic. It vibrates water molecules. You guys are crazy. Heating
probably right.
plastic, it's got to like,
Isn't it soft in it even? Like, to the
yeah, like
touch?
it melts it a little bit. I think you're wrong, but I don't know.
I mean, it's Josh, so he's probably right.
I don't know.
But I still
I'm
I
not
don't-
willing
I
to
don't
say.
vibe with it, Josh.
I'm
I
not
don't
willing
vibe.
to say yes. But anyway, a 3-day fast, like you can, I even did a 24-hour fast one time because I was just feeling like a little disconnected from God.
Mhm.
And I will tell you, like, I had some wild dreams that night, but
Nice.
also I felt like I could just I felt so connected to
Yeah.
him. Like, yeah, I'm
I
hungry.
hear that. What's it called? Intermittent fasting.
Oh, it's so good
I
for
used to do it
you.
all the time. I loved it.
So good for
but I
you.
heard it's also really good for people with ADD.
Really?
And I did feel like it, like,
helped.
yeah, I wasn't so like
So fasting,
discombobulated
like
and stuff.
that's like fasting, like you eat every 16 hours or something. Or?
Yeah, I used to do.
I do that
I used to be
anyway.
really good
I
about
like
it.
live like that anyway most time.
Well, that's how I used to be too. But you have to be like strict about it. Like you can't even like have gum because then it'll
Oh,
mess
okay.
it up.
Well, I
You know
usually
what
have
I mean?
a cup of
It's got to be like
coffee.
if you want the benefits of it, it's got to be like you can have black
Nothing.
coffee.
Just water.
Some people say you can't even have black coffee, but most people say you can have black coffee.
I wouldn't even have coffee if
Water.
I guess if I'm really gonna do it. But I didn't
Yeah.
realize. I guess I never thought. I'm like, well, I didn't eat, but
I used to do like 16 to 18 hours, and
is it only water for
I
3
was
days?
able to build muscle. I was working out a lot of the time. I was able to build muscle crazy fast.
Well, you also lean out so quick, so you
Yeah.
can see the muscle a
It was
lot quicker.
crazy.
Someone says, is it only a 3-day? Is it only water for 3 days? That's what I think it is. I've heard people say
Like the
black
spiritual
coffee,
fasting
but like
movement?
if you think about it, if you're spiritual fasting, because coffee's still like it's still a supplement, like it's
Yeah.
caffeine, you know, like you
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
be
yeah,
as
yeah, yeah,
clear headed,
yeah.
you know. So I
Mhm.
would say if you're doing it for spiritual purposes, I
Then
would
just
I would
water.
assume just water.
Yeah.
I have not been able to make it 3 days.
I wonder at what
It was
point
2 days
most
was so
people
hard for me.
Start feeling like, yeah, it's
Better.
No
I
big deal.
heard after 2 days it's better. Like after you get
like
past that,
real hungry for the first day and a
I
half.
heard
probably.
I heard even like, well, I mean, I'll tell you what, I was so hungry at the end of the second day. I was like, the kids got a cheeseburger and I was like, okay, I'm cracking. But it was me and Josh, we were doing it together.
Uh-huh.
And I was going to keep going because we were doing a 3-day fast
Uh-huh.
and Jordan was doing a three-day fast and my father-in-law was doing a 3-day fast.
We're all doing it for like physical things or like spiritual things. or
Well,
both?
I think we were doing it for different reasons.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think they were all doing it for physical
Mhm.
reasons because it's so good for you. Like
Mhm.
because after 2
Kinda
days, like
flush
your
your
body
system out,
starts really
yeah.
cleaning itself out. And you start burning only your fat
Mhm,
at a certain
mhm.
point. I was doing it for spiritual reasons.
Yeah.
And after the second day, I was so hungry and I was getting in such a bad mood and I cracked, y'all. But we go to we were gonna go get the boys Wendy's and Josh was like, "Well, let's just go in. They want to go in." I'm like, "I don't want to go in there."
Torture me with
And
this.
he was like, "Yeah, let's go in." I think he knew we were gonna crack and he wanted to. But anyway, he goes in and he's like, "I'm eating. That's it." And I was like, "I'm not." So I go pout at the table.
He's like, please eat. I don't want to deal with
No, he wasn't. It was
Really?
me. When he comes back with his cheeseburger, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm like, and I don't even like Wendy's, but that was so good.
It's the best burger you've ever
It
had
was
in your life.
so delicious. And then we tell Jordan, and of course Jordan's like, well, then I'm eating too. And Richard made it. Like he
Really?
he
The
doesn't
last person I would think would make
he
it
doesn't
through.
really eat much. Like he could probably
This
go
man
a
is
week.
built like a bear, y'all.
But he could probably go a week. He's like really
6'2",
strong-minded, you
his hands
know.
are like this big. The fact that he can go 3 days without thing.
I don't. He and I were talking about it before. He's like, I don't know why I'm so big. He really doesn't eat much. He really doesn't.
Well, he's like Sawyer. My son's like that too.
Yeah,
He's
he
Sawyer. He's
is.
just
Like,
big.
I'm like, I've always thought like if Sawyer was really skinny, I'm like he would look weird because he's not
looks so
supposed to be.
weird.
He's not supposed to be. He's not built that way, you know.
Yeah,
He's a
he's,
big
like,
guy.
sick.
So,
Let's talk about
so I have someone on my Kick
Mhm.
account. I just made this account, so I
Yeah.
don't really have anyone on there yet.
Yeah.
So, hi, I guess it's Beto 58. Hi, how are you? I'm glad you're
our
here.
first Kick viewer.
Our first one today.
Deserve an award.
I hope you're doing great. Happy Friday. Anyway, what were you gonna?
Oh, I wanted to kind of talk about some what ifs, right? So I like I'll warn you. If you're the type of person that feels like the Bible is like God's inerrant, complete thing. There's no errors. There's like man hasn't decided what's in out. It's what God wanted. That is like how you feel. Totally respect it. I don't mean to.
And you can share your opinion on,
I don't mean to offend.
and
but,
I'll be sharing mine as
So
well.
please don't take it that way. But I've just always been the kind of person. God made me this way. I just kind of refuse to like put.
Cutting out, you gotta talk in front of the mic.
I just like kind of refuse to put myself like in a box, in God in a box, and so I'm just like always wanting to like learn, and I'm open to whatever, and I'm just like the most judgmental person in that kind of way, and so but so I always kind of thought that like I was like I could kind of see like reincarnation like being in I'll correct that word in a minute because it's actually not the correct word. But when I was younger, I
Just
thought
to
that
let
was
them know
the
what
correct
it is,
word. Yeah.
because a lot of people
So
don't.
like I've learned recently. So I guess like I'm not an expert of this, but like reincarnation, I think like you can come back as like animals and insects and like things like that too. But transmigration, which is like that word doesn't even to me. I'm like, oh, you're like traveling across the plains or something. But transmigration is whenever it's like a soul, like human souls recycled or whatever. And so there is a difference. And so, but I didn't even know that word till like 2 days ago. But anyway, I've always thought like it would make sense if like God is our father. I think of like how I think about my children and how my parents are with me. And especially if you were to like die young or something, that God put us on this earth for a reason. And in my mind anyway, it's like he wants us to learn and grow, right? And you learn and you grow through experiences and spirituality and things. And obviously there's something that the earth has to offer us that he feels like we should be experiencing, right? Or we wouldn't be here. And so for me, I've always thought like, I think that could be possible. Like if God decided, right? Like he was like, I have more for you to learn. And like maybe some people have like distant memories of a past life or something. And maybe some people have none at all. But and I didn't know there was any verse in the Bible that even kind of alluded to the like this could be a possibility at all. It's just kind of I've just kind of always felt that way. Thankfully, my mom has she grew up like Disciples of Christ, which is what I kind of call, they're usually like small churches, like little small churches, and just kind of chill, like not super judgy and stuff. At least
Right,
that's been
right.
my experiences
Right,
with the few
right.
I've been to. And my dad grew up Baptist, and so until I was 15, I went to a Baptist church, and then my mom really wanted to go to like her denomination, and so my dad was like, yeah, of course. So then later I went, when I was older, to Disciples of Christ. But so when I, most of my life, it was like, yeah, like you don't talk about that. That's like the devil is putting that in your head and all this kind of stuff. And I was just always thinking like, you say the devil's like putting that idea in my head, but I know the feeling in my soul, and this is not evil. Like when I'm thinking about this, like it's like light, and it's good, and it's kindness, and it's love. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not the devil, And I think for me anyway, I personally think like, God made me this way for a reason. Like he doesn't mind that I question things. He wants me to question things with him and search him for answers and
So
truth.
we're always supposed to question things, and we all find our own path and our own
Mhm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've said before, your path might be zigzag
Yeah.
and mine might be turns and loops,
Mhm,
but we
mhm.
all, if we're close with God and we stay
Mhm.
close to God, we all end up in the same finish line, the
Mhm.
same spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the Bible actually even says, test the spirits, test them with God, right?
Right.
Do they
Yeah.
do they acknowledge that Jesus Christ is Lord, the Son of God, that he came in the flesh? Do they acknowledge,
Mhm.
like, so ask God to
Yeah.
reveal things to you, and I think he will.
Yeah.
Like we all have different questions, but
Mhm.
it's like if you talk to God and you don't feel like you're getting an answer of yes or whatever, or the spirit won't acknowledge God or whatever you're doing,
Mhm.
then that's how you know.
Yeah, or you get a feeling like, yeah, this isn't something that this just doesn't feel like God. He's not putting that on me, or
Right,
whatever.
right.
And I'll never have the answer to that question, obviously, until pass on and God lets me know. But I'm not really searching for an answer, really, right? Like I just like I enjoy thinking about what could be possible, which I think if it's God, it's infinitely possible. Like everything's possible through Him. So, want to know two washed? Wait, what?
He's being rude.
No, two washed women. Oh, buddy, I'm not in my 40s
I'm literally
yet,
I'm
but
literally
I've got a
29.
year and a half.
He says,
But I totally don't care about age anyway.
for real want to know how, or know two washed women in their 40s opinions. I mean, I'm 29. I guess I'm aging bad. I don't know.
homie.
I guess I'm aging bad.
What is that? You're bored.
You look 20. Well, I thought you just said
well,
I looked 40.
Now you're an angel, baby.
Anyway,
Don't get me off topic, dude. I'm ADD. It's not good for anyone in this situation.
no, we can't. Neither of us can keep it together. Anyway.
But so anyway, yeah, like, I don't know. I just like, I enjoy it. And one thing that's like always really bothered me about a lot of Christians, and I'm sure it's this way in other religions too, right? But in the church or whatever is, and obviously not all churches, but just like the not encouraging like free thought at all. And like, it's like, no, like this is how it is. And it's like, you think God really wants us to not have free thought? Like, I would never want that for my child, right? Like, I would never want their life to just be so structured and like, no, like explore. Like, we only live on this earth for so long, whether that be 3 lifetimes because God decided, or 1, whatever. It's still a short period of time, no matter how you look at it. And like, yeah, like I don't know. I wish more people were open to it, but I did find a verse that I thought was really cool. So evidently here, let me pull it up. Well, like, what do you think about that, Emily? While I pull this up, like, what do you think about my thoughts on that?
Which part?
Just any of it. Like transmigration or whatever. So reincarnation, but not.
So I know you talked to me about this, guess yesterday sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the experiences are real, but it might be
Mhm.
something else. I really
Yeah,
do.
like you're saying experiences like
there's a
people's
lot
like
of-
memories or
so,
whatever.
So there's
Yeah.
a lot of people, and I believe them. I believe that the memories that they have are real.
Yeah.
And I think they were from someone else. Wholeheartedly, I
Mhm,
believe it.
mhm.
But I just don't think it's
You don't know if that's necessary a past life. Like
I
maybe
don't-
it's something God's
I
giving you or
don't-
something. Maybe is that what you're saying?
I don't even know if it's God. I'll get into it when you're
Okay.
ready for it, but because it's long,
Yeah.
you know, so I guess you could continue to look up what you were looking up
Mhm.
and we'll circle back. But there's so many stories. Okay, get this. For
Mhm.
instance,
Mhm.
I was watching this video and this is actually proven. People who receive heart transplants, they start taking on
I've
personality
heard that.
traits of the person who died. And they even like one guy, you know, committed, I don't even want to say it because, you know, something with an S, in a certain way. And the guy got his heart and he started having all the same mental problems that the guy did. Yes.
Really?
And ended it in the same way.
Huh.
I think that your thoughts are like electromagnetic fields. And every time, and this is actually science based too.
Yeah.
I think every time you have a thought, it's like put into this electric
It's like in
magnetic
the
field.
atmosphere.
Okay. So like, whenever you have a hard drive
Mhm.
and it's weird, but the more you put onto that hard drive and store on it, the heavier the weight is.
I remember Josh saying that.
And
Like,
this
they
is
could actually
true.
weigh it. That's
So every
wild.
thought you have is like an existence
Yeah.
of something.
yeah.
And I think some
That's so cool.
people tap in to like a certain frequency that
Uh-huh.
this other person may have also, like they may have been on the exact same wavelength.
And somehow like that's in that organ.
Yeah. Like, or no, not even, yes, but like
Mhm.
also just people who have these reincarnated type memories,
Yeah.
like from a past life. But
Uh-huh.
I think they are experiencing someone else's memories.
Okay, I think I follow you. So you're saying like maybe some people are capable of
Without realizing
picking
it.
up on other people's memories that they may have. Now that person may be in the room with you. It may be somewhere else. Maybe y'all vibrate at the same frequency, so you pick them up
Maybe
or
you
something.
never met them before.
it's not
Maybe
an
they
actual
died.
past life.
Maybe
It's-
they
oh,
died.
interesting.
Maybe they died 50 years ago. Everything.
I've never thought about it that
Okay,
way.
like when you walk into a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something bad happened in that house.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel
Mm-hmm.
the leftover energy.
Yeah.
You can just feel it,
A lot
right?
of times I go into antique stores and I immediately get sick to my stomach and I have to leave.
Yes.
Not all of them, but like, yeah. So I can imagine.
Everything
Yeah.
has mass and everything that has existed will always exist.
Right.
Just like us.
Right.
When we die, we don't die.
Yeah.
Right?
They say that I've heard.
You weigh less. Your
yeah.
soul weighs.
I don't know if that's
something.
actually true. I kind of want to ask.
I have looked
Claudia's
into
made-
that.
But yeah, like you actually weigh less.
Everything
So
everything
cool.
takes up mass. Like
That's so cool.
every thought you have takes up mass and it
That's
and it
wild,
exists
even
forever and
thoughts.
ever and ever and ever. Like
Yeah.
like
I wonder
okay,
if some people's like okay, if you like weighed everybody when they die, I wonder if
read Josh's.
most people's like the weight difference is the same or if some people's is heavier than others.
I
you
don't
know what I mean?
I don't know.
Okay, so the bottom one?
Yeah,
Wait.
you got to talk in the front of the mic though.
Oh, it's still messing up. Okay, Josh. I think this is a tech problem.
No. He's saying you just have to tune the radio to the
Oh,
right
I thought he was
frequency.
saying that he could. I'm like,
He's talk-
okay, Josh, this is you if you can't hear me.
He's talking about like the frequencies.
Okay,
You tune-
okay, yeah.
Like you turn the radio dial.
It's like a
and you hit
radio
the
to
right
different radio
frequency.
stations. All yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
who's spiritually okay. So
That makes sense.
Your
That
relative.
makes sense to me. I've never thought of past life experiences being possibly that. But that's cool. That's a cool thought. That's
I think,
interesting.
and personally, I look at it from a spiritual perspective too. I
Mm.
think that they can see through the veil a little bit. I
Mhm.
truly do. I think people.
When you say veil, do you kind of also, and I don't know exactly what you mean, but dimensions kind of, which can still be
Yes.
spiritual in
Well,
God.
okay,
but
so
what do you mean when you say see through the veil?
So there's a spiritual world all around us.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Some people are more in tune
a
with it than
zipper.
others.
You
Okay.
can zip it
Yeah.
and open it and see it, right?
Mhm.
Like the Bible's very clear about this. Even.
Yeah.
This is a spiritual world.
Mhm.
I think some people can see things that other people can't see because they're spiritually more in tune, more sensitive.
Mhm.
And it also is fits with science, even like what I'm
Yeah.
saying, you know?
Yeah.
And I, when you talked about reincarnation, because I've heard so many crazy stories
Mhm.
and I believe these people.
Mhm.
I do. Like a lot of them, I
Yeah.
truly do. But like it's,
Yeah, there's some wild ones out there.
and then I got into the organ thing and I was like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh. And then Josh this morning, because I was like, I don't think it's biblical reincarnation.
Mhm.
Even like the
Or
older,
transmigration or
even
whatever. Yeah.
even the older writings, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling Josh I was struggling with it because I believe them.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
them. And he's so smart. He's like,
Uh-huh.
well, there's another explanation that would explain this.
Uh-huh.
And then we got into this whole
Like science of
conversation.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, to me, it's spiritual, but also scientific.
Uh-huh.
They go hand in hand. A lot of people want to separate spiritual science
Mhm.
and God,
Mhm.
but they forget that God
To me,
created
it's all,
science.
yeah, to me, like that's
He-
all God. I've
he-
always felt
He
that
used
way.
science throughout the Bible, even. I'm like,
Mhm.
I feel like he probably used science to split the Red
Yeah.
Sea. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, God is
He
science.
like, yeah,
He's
created
everything.
science.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
everything, you
Mhm.
know? So I don't know if
Interesting.
you're interested in like talking about your relative, like how they can
Oh,
also
yeah.
see.
So, okay, let me read this verse first.
Okay.
And then, yeah. And yeah, I hope I don't explain that story not right. But okay. So in Matthew 11:14, Jesus says to, I think it's like 3 of the disciples, I want to say, and if you are willing to accept it, meaning like, I know you probably ain't going to believe this, but this is, he says, if you are willing to accept it, he is the Elijah who was to come. Because in Malachi 4:5, the final prophetic statement of the Hebrew Bible, God says, see, I will send the prophet Elijah to you before that great and dreadful day of the Lord comes. And so a lot of people interpret the Matthew 11:14 when Jesus says to the disciples, and if you are willing to accept it, he is the Elijah who was to come. Who he was talking about is John the Baptist. And so some people feel like, okay, is that transmigration? Like, is his soul, and I don't know, like, could a soul not be like necessarily Elijah's soul, but could it have like elements of that soul? Like, I don't know, God could blend souls. I don't know. God can do whatever he wants,
I
right?
mean, okay, so I really want, like, I dug in so deep, even the
Mhm.
old biblical writings, even the
Mhm.
ones that were removed,
Uh-huh.
and I can't come up with anything other than you have one life,
Hmm.
but God is big, right?
Yeah.
And his ways are not our ways.
What if God considers life like not just like one life on earth? What if to him like life is this bigger picture?
Well, so you have a human, it specifically
Uh-huh.
says a human.
Uh-huh.
You have one life, one death, and then judgment. And the thing is,
Uh-huh.
if you believe in reincarnation, you're like, well, I'll just do better in my next life. You know what I'm saying? And
See, I don't think
but a lot of people will.
I get that, but I also feel like that is like a speculation.
Maybe.
Because like I think like no, like if God wanted me to have more than 2 lives, it's because
But he can
wants
do what
me
he
to get the
wants.
most out of both of my lives or whatever.
But
right?
he can do whatever he wants.
So like, yeah.
and maybe there's just some things we weren't supposed to understand. I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, the Bible clearly states there's a lot of things we will never understand.
Yeah.
Never.
I
His
don't
ways are
even
not
want
our
to.
ways.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh says,
Also, though, by the way, there is another verse
So
after that where
read-
the disciples asked John the Baptist if he's Elijah, and he said no, that he was not Elijah. But I also think like not everybody has memories of it if they are. But I also love what you were talking about with the frequencies and stuff. That is so interesting. So I don't even know what I think about it all now. Which is
I
cool.
mean, I believe, like I said, I believe these. They're so like
love
they
the
can't even.
possibilities,
Sometimes
yeah.
they can't even lie, like be lying. It's so you know what I'm
Mhm,
saying.
yeah.
Like okay, so Josh says it's like a radio to different stations. All the information is there. Yeah, like if you play a song in 1975, that song just went up into the atmosphere in the
Right.
electromagnetic field, and it exists forever and ever. And you tune the station to the station you
Yeah.
want. Some people
That's so
are very in
wild.
tune with a specific frequency, right?
Yeah.
And their sense, you know what I'm saying? So they can have actual memories, just like the organ thing.
Uh-huh.
People who have someone else's organ, they can actually have memories. You know what I'm saying? Like of that
That's
person's
harder
life.
for me to wrap my brain.
It's wild. It's wild. And then he
Yeah.
goes, you tune to the correct frequency and see the memories created and downloaded to that hard drive. And astral projection, you open your frequency band with and are able to traverse the information because a lot of people don't believe. So this is why I don't want to just say reincarnation's not
Yeah.
real, because a lot of Christians, I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't think the Bible supports it, but a lot of people don't say that astral projection isn't real. I don't
Mhm.
think you're supposed to do it like unless God comes and gets you and wants you to do it.
Yeah,
But like,
just because it doesn't say it's a thing in the Bible,
but a lot of
doesn't mean
people,
that you haven't actually experienced it.
you have to move
You
the
know what I
mic.
mean?
But a lot of people like say, it's fake, it's false. And I'm like, but it's not, because I lived it. I know
Yeah.
it's real.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like,
So, if that's not in the Bible, but you've experienced, that has happened to you, then it kind of opens you to thinking, okay, well, something doesn't have to be written in the Bible. Like, come on, mankind.
I mean,
wrote it.
if the Bible contained everything, every single thing, there's not a book big enough. Yeah.
Right.
But like I said, that is my opinion on reincarnation, but I haven't really dug deep enough yet. Like we
Yeah.
just talked about this for the first time yesterday, but
Mhm.
I think this explanation, even
Yeah,
like
that's
with what
interesting.
your relative sees, like the patterns,
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah. Okay.
that's
So
energy waves.
I have a family member who, and I've known this since
Josh says God isn't vague on the big things. Jesus would have said specifically, you can be reincarnated. I mean, I believe that too, because he's not a God of confusion. But
what about the verse? What about that though? What about whenever he said, if
I think it was very
What is that?
clear to me. Okay, so
he is Elijah who is to come?
I really tried to twist it into reincarnation. I did, but I think he's just
Especially when
I
God
think
said
he's-
before that he would return.
but I think he's the fulfillment of him.
I read that a lot of people,
But like I said,
but it's like, but wouldn't Jesus explain that if that was the case? Why would he confuse them like that?
I don't know, man. I have to dig deeper on it. But
Yeah.
someone says,
I don't even know that there's bigger to deep dig on
no,
it,
there is,
but
though. It's so like this
I don't
is like
even
one
need
of
an
those
answer.
things.
I just like it.
This is like one of those things. It's like I don't ever want to say I have everything figured out, because if
Yeah.
I do, then I quit learning. And if
yeah,
I don't have anything else to learn or study
Mhm.
or try to figure out, then
that's boring.
that takes out a part of my relationship with God, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to pretend I know for sure.
Mhm,
I don't. And I think that like there's a lot of things we'll never
Mhm.
know for sure. And I don't know if we're meant to understand everything.
Yeah.
Someone says Jesus is God incarnate. Who do you think walked and talked with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden? Jesus came to show humanity what he is willing to do for humanity, and shows us all that he is the only way to the Father, or show us all that he is the only way to the Father, that you do unto the least of mine, you do unto me also.
Mhm.
If the Lord is in you,
I think
you are with him always.
Mm.
I like it.
I love that verse that
Beautiful.
that what you do unto the least of them, you do unto me also. I love that verse. It reminds us about how we treat
You have to talk
everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Here, just turn it like to you, because I do that too.
is this where it hears from?
Yeah, you have to do it right in the front of the mic.
Uh-huh.
I've been doing that too. McKenna says, I think the thought of reincarnation doesn't make sense for such a personal God. It would make
Mhm.
us feel unimportant. I mean,
Oh, really? I don't see it that way.
how do you see it?
I feel like I'm not saying you're wrong. It's this is just how my brain's always thought of it. And tell me what you think. I almost feel like it's like he's even more devoted to us, because he's like, it's like he knows what he wants us to learn and like take in, and he's very purposeful in that we get those things.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
reach
yeah.
the level of whatever you want to call that he wants us to reach. Like, I almost view it like, not almost, I do view it as like an even more loving relationship.
Because it gives you more
Actually,
chances.
yeah. But
Because
I'd love to know, because I respect McKenna's opinion too. I would honestly, I respect everybody's opinion. Please always give your feedback. But I'd love to know, like, why for you personally,
It would make
do you feel like, yeah, like, tell me your thoughts on it, because that's just how I've always felt. But I don't, I'm open to whatever.
So, while we wait for her to respond, I
Mhm.
can give you like how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would make me feel less important or special. I feel like, and like I said, I'm not sure that is real, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's something, and I think that there's something happening to these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know. I believe them though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So personally, it wouldn't make me feel less special because even if you're reincarnated in a different life, you're still you. It's still your soul.
Right.
Maybe you just get more chances. And
It's like,
I don't think the Bible supports that you get more chances. I don't.
yeah, I don't even think of it as a chance.
Well, what do you think of it as? Because to me, the only
Growth.
reason, maybe,
Like, like I want my kids to like experience as much as possible and learn as many lessons in their like lifetimes as they possibly can. And
but they won't remember them most of the time. Most people
no,
don't.
but think about when people like wise souls, when you're like, oh, they have such a wise soul. Like my little brother was
An
always
old
like
soul,
that.
an old
Yeah, like
soul.
an old wise soul and stuff. It's like, they may not have the memories of it even necessarily, right? But like that soul is like, and you can kind of tell with like different people. It's like like their souls are different. Not that one's better than the other or less important than the other, but to me, it almost seems like at different levels of our like journey. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know it's off the wall, but it's just like I've just felt like that since I was a little girl, and so I like to talk about it because I like to see what other people think and like how off the wall am I? You know what
right.
I mean?
Listen, I never want to put God in a box either.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because he's so big, we couldn't
Yeah.
imagine. I mean, and again, his ways are not our ways. McKenna
Yeah.
actually replied if you
Yeah. But if I were okay, but if we are then people only remember small parts, so what's the point of even having?
a different life. Yeah,
So
I mean, I kind of,
I
I
think
kind
it's not
of
about
agree.
the memories.
I don't know
It's
though,
the soul.
but if you have to start over every time,
I don't think it's starting over.
hmm,
Yeah, I actually think it's the opposite of starting over.
you build on that even though you don't remember it. Your soul does.
Yeah, like your soul. I mean, like just different people. Like everybody's soul is different. Some people like maybe God wanted you to learn more empathy in this next lifetime, and so He like
You weren't
puts-
ready.
yeah, like because maybe you can't experience everything in one lifetime period, right? But like if you have and I know this is against normal Christianity, so sorry guys, but like yeah, if he would put things in that maybe that next life or something, that would force you to like learn to be more empathetic or to have a more spiritual, like be more open to that or whatever. Like there's just so many things that I think it's not about the memories. Because there's like my soul is the way that God created me, and it's not because of any memories. Like there are things about me since my earliest memories that are just who I am, part of my personality and stuff. And they're not from any memories. It's just like how I was, right?
It's
Like
just
how God
you
created
already-
me.
Yeah, it's like how a kid
And
is
then I grow
born
from
and
there.
they're already clearly their
Yeah.
person. You know,
Yeah.
like how you and I talked about it before.
Mhm.
Like I have a wild child, very, very
Mhm.
wild child, and you had Sawyer as your first kid.
Uh-huh.
And Sawyer is so chill and laid back,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're like, dang, I'm a good mom.
yeah, I was like, man, I killed it.
You're like, I did so
Like,
good. Like
never
he's-
throws fits. He's just the greatest kid in the world.
You're like,
you know?
he knows better
Like,
because I'm
yeah.
a good
He
mama.
knows. I used
you
to
know?
say he knows Mama don't play. 'Cause
And
I used
I'm-
to tell him Mama does not play.
And here I am, 17,
And then Lincoln's like,
and I would like constantly get on to my kid, you know,
Uh-huh.
like constantly in the corner, constantly going to his room, constantly in
Uh-huh.
trouble. And I know because he was just who he was, man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
still he is that way today.
Yeah.
That's probably why Lincoln and Kason like each other so much.
right? I never thought about
they
that.
just recognize
Yeah.
each other as crazy. But you know, I know people were like, that's why babies shouldn't have babies. And I'm like, and I
yeah.
know, like I was smart enough to realize people were thinking that. And I'm like,
mm-hmm.
I didn't really care, but I was also like, man, they don't know. Like this kid stays in trouble.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he is constantly in trouble, but that's what you and I were talking about. You didn't
Uh-huh.
realize. You were just like, dang, I'm a good
yeah,
mom.
yeah. It's like
And
God
then
was
you-
like, I'm gonna show you a little something.
And then you right? Humble you
know?
down a little bit.
Yeah,
My s-
my kids are just so different from each other.
Night and day. Mine
but
too.
both are like the most beautiful souls in their own ways, you know? But I also like love how stubborn Lincoln is, because while it may be difficult sometimes raising her, like it will serve her very well in the future, especially being a girl.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she ain't gonna be pushed around.
For
She's
sure.
not gonna be told what to think or what to believe.
No, for sure.
You know?
But
At least I think.
but just to
We'll see, right?
no, I mean Lincoln's definitely not.
Yeah.
But just to like continue on that, she was already who she was when she was born, and so was Sawyer.
Yeah.
Your parenting, yes, parenting matters and it's important,
Uh-huh.
but like sometimes you can't really shape who a person is. They
Right.
were already like they already had
That's what's beautiful, right?
right. It is beautiful.
And I think proves God.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Well,
not just happened. Like it's like,
he
oh,
knew
we're
you
all just
before
randomly different.
He knew
like,
you before he formed
yeah.
you in the womb. He says that. He knows how
Right.
many hairs are on your head.
Mhm.
You're like your very own person, you know?
Yeah.
No two people are exactly alike.
Yeah.
God is the designer of the beginning and end, so
Mm-hmm.
there has to be a stopping point with souls. I have to
the
abbreviate
designer of the
since
beginning and the
we
end.
only have a certain amount of words on life. Yeah, it's very, very.
Oh, okay, okay. So God is. Let me think about this. Okay, so God is a designer of the beginning and the end. So there has to be a stopping point. Think. I'm like, I think most people like agree with you. So I'm like, I'm probably wrong, but
I agree, but
yeah, like I see it so differently. Like he's the beginning and the end because he's everything, right? He's everything. But it's like it's a circle. It's like it's the beginning is the end. Like is how I kind of think of it, you know? And so it's like I don't know.
it's a
Yeah.
thinker, right?
Yeah.
It is. I mean, like I said, I just think maybe there's just a lot of things we won't quite ever completely
Yeah.
understand.
And I'm totally okay with it. I love the thoughts of it.
Someone says God can do anything except contradict himself. That's where I'm at. Like
Mm-hmm.
for there to be
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so for there to be reincarnation to me,
Mhm.
it feels like it would contradict too much other stuff. Like
In the Bible.
In the Bible, but even the extra
Mhm.
biblical writings, I dug
Mhm,
deep
mhm, mhm.
trying.
Yeah.
Like I tried because I was like, man, maybe because these stories
Yeah.
are so compelling, and I believe them, and I still believe them now. I think it could be explained as something different.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying with like that. That makes me think. I'm going to enjoy thinking on that, like what you and Josh were saying, like for probably the rest of my years of my life. Like I'm like, oh, cool, like
But
another
you'll never know.
another thing to
You'll
like
never know
explore
for
with the
sure,
thoughts.
you know?
Yeah. Like
But it-
I love that. That's so cool.
But it makes sense, right? Like
Yeah.
it does because everything that
Yeah.
exists forever, including us.
Yeah.
Someone
Cool.
says, find the Book of Thomas. He believed in reincarnation.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I
Or
did,
transmigration.
yeah,
'Cause it's
explain.
different.
Y'all can tell me like if any of y'all have looked because I have never read it, but
I've heard it's up to interpretation. Some people think that's what he
that's
was
what
saying, and
I
some
was
people don't.
reading. I wasn't
Which
sure.
every book is that way, right? Like,
Right.
But
I mean, to be honest.
yeah.
In a lot of
But
ways.
I haven't researched it yet, but it's on my list. God's leading me in a very specific direction and telling me like where to go next. And it's not next. I almost kind of wish it was, but I'm just following. And but I can't wait for that book.
So you're going to read it?
Oh yeah.
I'm curious. I don't know. Let me know
I'm
what you
so
think.
excited about the Gospel of Thomas. Yeah. But like I said, I'm on the journey he's putting me on.
Which
So
is-
I'm not going to anything before he tells me.
Someone says Trump shared a picture. Lots of people depicted it as Jesus, but Jesus wasn't a sun worshiper. In the background of the picture was a winged deity, most likely Apollo. Apollyon, a Greek god. I've told you about this before.
Mm-hmm.
And Artemis was Apollo's twin sister that was just launched into space. Was Apollo's twin sister who helped deliver Apollo. She was slightly older. Apollyon shows back up in the end of times too.
Really?
Yeah, like he's the guy.
What is Robbie I mean by What do you think they mean by okay, Trump shared a picture. Lots of people depicted it as Jesus, but Jesus wasn't a sun worshiper. What's the sun worshiper thing with Trump's thing? Is that Apollo or something?
Yes. So
But I mean, I feel like that's kind of a stretch to be like, that's Apollo.
Well, not. I mean, maybe, but like not when you look at like other stuff. And I want to
But
be
it's clearly AI created.
right. Right.
So like,
He's posts all kinds of AI stuff.
oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but maybe, right? He
Yeah.
definitely has a lot of Apollo murals and stuff in his house. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe he just likes the Greek gods. I don't know. Still interesting, and I don't know if it's too much of a stretch, to be honest. I don't know. Not on that one.
Yeah. So do they think that he's not trying to depict himself as Jesus in that photo? Is that what they're saying? I'd be interested to know if you think that because the Apollo,
I don't know. Let's see what because I'm not
the
sure.
original one that that it was from was like 3 soldiers. And so that was changed.
I mean, it definitely looked like Jesus to me.
Oh yeah, me too.
So McKenna says, I love that you two set a good example of healthy discussions and a disagreement.
Me too.
Me too, because guys, we should be able to have these discussions.
Yeah.
People who are listen, we know the most important things in the Bible, like, and we know what we have to agree on in order to be on the same page. Like, Jesus is God. He died for our sins. He was crucified. He came in the flesh. All of those things.
But
like,
I can love people no matter what they believe at the same time, right?
For sure. But I mean, like,
but to be able to have these conversations, you have to have some kind of, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe people can have conversations who have completely different views. I don't know.
No, you can't.
But it does help when you have some solid base in there,
like,
you know?
For me to like have, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, for me to like be able to take in what you're saying and think maybe there's some kind of truth to it. But if you didn't like, to me, believe in God at all or believe in Jesus and all of the things he did, well, then we would be having a totally different discussion because I'd be like, well, start with God and then see if you still think this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the conversation would be so different. But I love everybody.
Yeah, like I would love
love
actually
everybody.
to have and it's not going to change the way like I view God, and it doesn't need to, right? But like I would also love to have conversations with like somebody who's like Hindu or somebody who's Buddhist or Islam or whatever, like not for a debate, but just to learn what they think. Not because it's like, oh, well, maybe I'm going to think this way too. I'm very solid in and not because some book told me to. I'm very solid in my faith in God because of what he's put here, right?
Right.
And so like having those conversations is not, there's no risk for that for me. I know, only you know that if that's a risk for you or not, right? But like for me, it wouldn't be. I would just love to learn, you know? I just like to learn just what makes people think different things and how did they come to that conclusion. And it almost might make me more secure in my faith. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but yes, McKenna, I totally agree. Like it's
important to have conversations, but like I said, I could talk to anyone and love them and just tell them my truth, you know, the truth of Jesus and just be honest. But it would be a different conversation is what I'm saying. Like you and I can talk about this stuff in an open way because I know like that's the first step. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like we are called to love everybody.
Yeah.
And that is between them and God. I do think we're supposed to tell them these things wholeheartedly.
Like you think you're supposed to tell them about.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you were having a conversation with somebody who's Hindu or something, whatever, and y'all were talking about faith, not just like a regular conversation, would you, if you just listened to like their story and their beliefs and you walked away from that and you just took in what they were talking about, maybe asked them some questions and stuff, but not pointed questions to make a point or anything, would you walk away from that conversation and feel a way about it? How would you?
I would feel like I was supposed to then tell them about my beliefs too.
Okay.
Like listen to them.
Yeah.
And don't say you're wrong.
Yeah. Like listen to them.
But
you would feel guilty essentially if you didn't share.
Well, yeah, because I
Yeah.
know that's what the
Okay.
calling Jesus
Uh-huh.
has on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
life. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right. Yeah, yeah.
He has made it clear to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I would feel very disobedient,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and I would,
And I just
I would
asked that
feel
just
the,
out of
you know how that
curiosity.
feeling you say, like you feel it in your soul, like how you
Mhm,
describe
mhm.
it. I would feel it
Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking.
like a knot in
for
my
me-
chest that I'm ignoring because I
Mhm.
didn't want to be uncomfortable.
Right. Right.
Well, I'm sure Jesus was really uncomfortable
Uh-huh.
up on that cross. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Christianity, or even just loving Jesus and telling other people about his love,
Mhm.
it's not always going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know what you have in him.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to tell other people too? And that doesn't mean shove it down their throat.
Right. Right.
But you
Right.
tell somebody because you love them and you want them to
Uh-huh.
have it too.
Yeah.
You want them to have the chance.
Mhm.
You want to at least plant a seed, and maybe they ignored it. Maybe they didn't want to hear it. But
Mhm.
like a seed is planted. And
Yeah.
at some point that seed might, like, it's always going to be in the back of their
Yeah,
mind. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And like I said, you don't shove it down their throat. You don't
Yeah.
say, well, right off the bat, you're going to hell if you believe that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
You show them the love that Jesus would.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he would have taught them with love and told them with love
Yeah.
what he thinks. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
We're called to love other people,
Without the judgment.
and if I went at it in a way that I was like, you're wrong,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna go to hell for that.
Yeah.
Like, what is that gonna do?
Not what Jesus
They're
wants
gonna
you to do.
what is that
Yeah.
gonna do for them?
Mhm.
It's gonna push them further away from
For sure.
from that.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I would feel a responsibility to
Yeah.
then share what I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I understand.
Let them share theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I share mine.
Yeah.
And I make sure they feel like I'm only telling them because I love them,
Uh-huh.
even if they don't think I'm right. I would just pray that
Uh-huh.
that seed I planted would water and
Yeah,
grow and
yeah.
sprout. You know,
Do you ever feel like if whenever you say like,
Josh
you know,
sent us a video.
tell them because you love them, like, do you ever feel like maybe like if you were to say that to somebody, like, I'm telling you this because I love you or whatever, which I know how you mean
You don't
it.
even
I know
have
how
to say
I know
that.
how you mean that.
You don't even
right?
have to
like,
say
I know
that.
you. But I've also, I don't feel this way about you, but like I've also experienced people like saying like when they say that, it's almost like I feel anyway. Sometimes when people say that, it's like them putting themselves here and putting you here and being like, I'm worried about your poor little soul.
No,
Like,
and I
it's
wouldn't
like,
ever. I
sometimes
think
that makes me uncomfortable.
I think my
because it's judgment. That's how I
I
translate
think
it.
you have to like have a certain heart posture to do this, right?
100.
I feel like people can tell when love is genuine, right?
Mhm.
And I don't even know if I
Mhm.
would say I love you, but I would let them
Yeah.
feel that I love them
by
with-
your kindness,
by my kindness and my
and
actions.
listening,
And
like,
actually, I
yeah.
do love them, Holly. I
Right.
really
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
I
You
really
care about everybody's
I
like, yeah.
really do. Well, it's like, to me, when you have a relationship with God, you start seeing everybody differently.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not, because like you start seeing them how he sees them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he loves them. He
Mhm.
adores them.
Yeah.
And like their story might be different than yours, but like that is still
Kind of what's beautiful,
yeah,
right?
well, yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like empathy, but like grace, and just realizing like you might have just, like, being an American, like we were allowed to become Christians so easily.
Uh-huh.
But there's a lot of people who
Yeah.
they're born and their religion is their assigned religion. You
Mhm.
don't have
Yeah,
that choice.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like having empathy and grace with people
Mhm.
and sharing the actual love of Jesus and caring about them.
Mhm.
Like, not, well, I love you and I don't want you to go to
Yeah.
hell. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's a difference. There's a way to do it. Like,
Uh-huh.
for me, it's like genuine love for this person.
Yeah.
I'm not
Mhm.
saying like I love them to death and I want them to come to my house
Yeah.
and hang. Like, I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
have a love for them because that's a
Mhm.
person,
Right.
a creation of
Yeah, yeah.
God. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I just feel like people can feel genuine people
Yeah.
and they can feel genuine intentions.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I think as Christians we have to be careful about our tone
yeah.
when we are like,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people don't realize that their tone is coming across as very judgy.
Oh,
You know,
For
it
sure.
pushes a lot of people away.
I mean, that was your problem for a long time,
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
So
One of my many problems. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I
Here,
still
will
feel
you
it.
read some-
I
will you
still,
read some
people
of
will
those
talk about
comments?
stuff sometimes, and I'm like, yeah,
while I pull this
that
up,
vibe is.
Josh
What
sent
is
us a video.
Upload your videos
Oh,
to
okay.
YouTube. Upload.
They can't hear that.
Yeah.
Turn it first, and then
Upload your videos to YouTube.
we'll get through this ad, and then
What is it? Do we know?
I don't know.
The Egg, a short story.
So let's reply to
Series.
these comments real quick, and then we'll start
Okay.
this. It's something Josh sent. So Apollyon is the angel of the bottomless pit, and and yes, he is. That's like at the end of times.
Oh, okay.
Someone says
Oh, so maybe they're saying, okay.
that's
okay.
what they were. You get
That
it
gives
now?
me context. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then my dad says, he's actually on here. He totally fits the Apollyon, the destroyer vibe. I mean,
Some could say.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I've told you how my dad feels
Yeah.
many times. Anyways, glad you're here, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's not my dad. Sorry, he was.
Hi,
my dad was
Daddy.
sorry, my dad was on here earlier, and he's Brian Kelso.
That's so great.
I just saw Brian.
Oh.
Guys, I'm blind.
Hi, Dad. That's great.
Liska. Sorry about that. But my dad was on here earlier and I just got off. McKinnon says, ha ha ha. Guys, story of my life. I'm blind, okay? He's like, that's weird. I'm not your dad. Pentagon approached automakers to start making weapons.
I heard that. I don't know anything about it because I've been kind of
I
like
haven't.
staying off of social media the last few days.
That
I've
was
just been
actually
busy with
so
work
funny,
and stuff.
though.
But yeah. Yep, heard that.
I'm like,
What did Lisa Ward say? Is that Lisa Ward like
oh, I
the
didn't
lady's
even
Lisa
see her.
Ward?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not scared or embarrassed anymore. I tell them because I love them. They can love me or hate me afterward.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like if you're coming from a genuine place of love,
Mm-hmm.
like you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
But you also have to like be very socially conscious.
You took the words out of my mouth, literally. Like, yes, because like I don't think like the way that you would approach that should be the same with everybody. You need to be like empathetic enough to like kind of feel out their personality and feel out like what would open one person up is going to be different from somebody else. You know what I mean? And one thing that might open one person up to it might completely close the other person off. So if we really care about the message they receive about Christ, then we have to think about that. You know what I mean?
agree because
you can risk pushing somebody away forever.
you can, but you have to really being people conscious, socially
Mhm.
conscious, and like
Yeah.
empathetic, and
Yeah.
like think about like how Jesus would tell them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and I'm not
Mhm.
saying Jesus is some like he would tell it like it was, but he always came from a place of
Mhm.
love
And people felt it. That's why everybody followed him like they
yes, yeah,
did.
like yeah, maybe he said some wild stuff, and I'm not saying I wouldn't say wild things either, but like it would not come from a place of condemnation because that's not my
Yeah.
place. It would literally come from a place of genuine love
Mhm.
for that
Mhm.
person,
And not that you like know it all either, that we're all still searching for answers in different ways.
right. And again, thank you everyone for liking the live. I really appreciate it because it does help a lot. TikTok still has me a little censored. See, like we're low compared to what we
Oh,
normally
I'm
are.
so censored.
I actually got put in TikTok jail for a while.
Again? Or from that one?
From that one, I'm 12 days in jail, but they took off the warning, but my stuff is still like heavily censored right now.
That's so
So when y'all like it, it really helps me out, especially because I'm censored. So if whoever doesn't mind, if you just could tap it a few times and maybe share it, I would really appreciate it. Thank
You
y'all.
gotta stand up to the.
Right, for
You
real
know what
though.
I mean? Like, yeah.
Some people don't know how to first approach someone. My new way is I say, "Do you believe in Jesus?" And then I go from there. Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can say no, and you could be like, "Oh,
Like,
okay."
what are your thoughts on Jesus? Yeah.
Like, and if they say no, I'd be like, "Would you be interested in hearing anything I have to say
Yeah.
about him?"
Would that be the first thing you would like? Would you
No.
feel comfortable be like that? Like that's your first thing saying?
No, probably not. Like that might not be the. I think that approach is okay in some
Yeah.
circumstances. I don't know. I don't.
It's almost like, do I look like I do? Like what makes you think you needed to come over here and say that to me? You know what I mean? Like, I think that can make people feel judged if it's the first thing you go and say too.
Well, I think maybe that's how she would
But can-
start that specific
That part of the
conversation,
conversation.
not like to a
yeah.
stranger.
That's
you
what
know?
I thought she meant. But yeah.
Okay, so I am going to put this video up that my husband sent us to watch.
I'm like laughing. So I'm like, what is?
I'm like, hi, Dad.
could be
I
a lot
can't
of
get over
things.
that. Hi, Dad. So I swear he was on here earlier, and his name is Brian. He said something earlier, and then I can't see very
Can y'all
well.
tell Emily feels really awkward?
That was so awkward. I mean, I'm gonna literally. That's like one of those moments that's gonna replay in my head.
That's so
You know what
funny.
I'm saying? It'll be fine. But you know what I'm saying? Like those moments that just replay in your head and keep you up
You're
at
so
night.
that person too.
Dude,
I'm like, "Whoop, I forgot about it.
not me.
You're like, I'm still
Unfortunately,
thinking about it 2 weeks later.
I loved it.
You
We
know-
love you.
you know
Y'all,
what-
I'm a mess.
you know
I
what
love
I
you
think
guys
about for
too,
weeks,
though.
y'all?
I love you,
Okay.
McKenna.
If y'all watched the last podcast I was on, I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. Sorry.
That's
get
gonna
to
give
this-
me a
we'll
nightmare
get to this-
tonight.
We'll get to this video, but I have to share this for so many reasons. Okay, so like the last podcast I did with Emily, I was like going back and like listening to it, watching it or whatever. And just deciding if we want to like clip it and stuff. And y'all, I'm talking like probably a minute in, possibly less. I was like horrified with how y'all should go back and listen to it. You probably already noticed, but if you didn't, go back and listen to it and it's going to like scream in your face. I interrupted this girl so many times. And where I was watching it and we were going on for like 2.5 hours and I was literally like, that is so rude. And like, I didn't mean it rude, but it's rude because like I was just thinking about what I was thinking about, you know? And the funny thing is like my husband's very like anal, honestly, about people interrupting him. It's like his thing. But it's important, you know? And he's always told me I'm really bad about it or whatever. And like part of it I think is like my ADD because if like I don't get out my thought, then I'm just gonna forget. But that's not an excuse, and I cannot use that as an excuse. But watching this was one of those moments where I was like,
It's a learning experience.
I called
It's
Emily and I was
fine.
like, girl,
Y'all know I don't care.
first of all, I'm so sorry. That was so stinking rude, you know? And I was like, but
I'm like,
what
we're-
a learning
I'm
experience.
like, you interrupted?
And
I
I've-
didn't even know.
I've already noticed it. I've done it many times now, but it's not as
Oh,
bad
it's
as last time.
okay.
But
You're
I'm
good.
making a conscious effort.
You're doing
But it's
good.
also like, if you ever get the opportunity to go and like watch yourself, like when you're on a recording, and me and Emily are so comfortable that I kind of forget I'm recording a lot of times. And so it's like a true vision of how I am. And I'm like, man, like you're going to see some stuff in you that you like never noticed before. And I had to literally tell my husband, like, much as I don't want to say this, you're freaking right. Like I do interrupt bad, you know? But so yeah, that's my little, y'all go back and
At
watch
least
it.
you can admit it.
It's bad.
My watch just gave me a high heart rate ping. Like I said, y'all don't know what goes on in this head. Like, I'm like, oh no. Oh man.
keep
But I'm
ripping
just
my
so
thing.
used to living that way. And I know that's not like healthy and I do give it to God, but like I am still who I am. And again,
Yeah.
God made me this way for a reason, you
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna read a couple more comments and then we're going to this video.
We're never going to the video.
We're going to this video. Fred says Hebrews 9:27, it is appointed for a man once to die and then the judgment.
yes,
no
that
re-
came
no
up
replay here.
in the research.
That's where I stand too, but
Mhm.
like I said, I do believe these people. I think a
Mhm.
lot like it's too much to be a coincidence.
Yeah.
So I think it's like
I'm just
thought
curious.
in the magnetic
Jesus said it that
field.
he said that first.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe
wish, like-
maybe we'll just never understand,
Yeah.
you know?
And
But that's
We're
where
not
I
supposed
lean
to,
to,
right?
you know?
Yeah.
Lisa says, yeah, I waited a bit first and then I start talking about it.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
feel
yeah.
the personality.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah, yeah.
exactly
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I
yeah.
would handle it too.
I love that you said that because I think like other people need to hear that too. Like they've got to be like really conscious of like how they're coming off to people, and you're going to come off different to one person than you are to another. So you got to kind of
Social
feel
awareness,
that out.
like everyone's different
know?
too. You know, like
Yeah.
you have to how you would handle something with one
Mhm.
person isn't necessarily how you would
yeah.
handle it with the next. You
And
know,
we should make that a habit in general, whether we're talking about God or anything, like, you know, in how we interact with people.
right? For
Mhm.
sure. Someone says I just came from TikTok. The internet connection is really unstable for me there. Yeah, that's because TikTok hates me right now. Seriously, they're not like look at
TikTok.
where we're at like on viewers versus where we normally are.
I don't
At this
even
time.
like know how to use
No.
TikTok.
Oh, okay. Well, you wouldn't know. We're like half right now, which is wild. But they've been doing it to all my videos. That's why I haven't even.
I don't even like whatever, right? We do this for fun, but like,
Yeah,
ugh,
I mean, it's for fun,
censorship
but like,
is such a problem.
well, I still want like
Yeah,
my people to
general.
hear the messages that that
Yeah,
would like to. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like it is what it is, and
Yeah.
if God will push it in front of the
Yeah.
people that specifically
will
need
fight
it or
back.
want it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
as long as it gets pushed to the right people, even
Yeah.
if it's not a ton, I'm happy. You know, like
Yeah.
God will make whatever needs to happen today happen, and
Yeah.
I'm just cool with that. But anyway, TikTok hates me right now. Okay, video time.
Is it playing?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. It was a painless death. The medics tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off, trust me. And that's when you met me. What happened? Where am I? You died, I said, matter-of-factly. No point in mincing words. There was a truck, and it was skidding. Yes. I died. Yes. But don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies. You looked around. There was nothingness. Just you and me. What is this place? Is this the afterlife? More or less.
Space 44 super agents.
Aw.
The next thing you
Gosh,
can't live
YouTube.
without. No setup.
Sorry, y'all.
Just say hello.
I was real into it. All right,
Every
keep
tool
vibing with
you've
it.
already
Keep
used,
vibing with
plug
it.
in a click.
I can't see the little
Away it
mouse because the
goes.
screen's white.
Analyzing the competition
No.
Oh my
and delivering a brief before you
Here, let me go
start
move
feeling
it.
I'm
happy.
so
Literally, we
sorry.
can't see the
Sit
skip
back
button.
while it understands your portfolio.
Get over here. I can't
builds
see.
and tracks dashboards, and finds
I'm
your next
blind,
big
blind, y'all. That's
Scaling
too
your
far,
voice.
and the screen is wide over there. Okay,
Turning
thank
your
you.
business
Oh, no,
into the
Holly,
perfect place.
you got to do it right here.
The perfect timing. And every bit
I
of
thought you could
data
do it up there, but I
into a
guess not.
decision. All while
Thank you.
Are you
Sorry.
God? Yes, I'm God. My kids? My wife? What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man or possibly a woman. Some vague authority figure, maybe. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow contemptuous of you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved.
Oh.
To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll feel very guilty for feeling relieved.
Wow.
So what happens now? Do I go to heaven? Or hell or something? Neither. You'll be reincarnated. Ah. So the Hindus were right. All religions are right in their own way. Walk with me. You followed along as we strode through the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular. It's just nice to walk while we talk. So, what's the point then? When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So, all my experiences and everything I did in this life, won't matter. Not so. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been in a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point to doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots. Lots and lots. And into lots of different lives. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically, time as you know it only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from? Oh, sure. I come from somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point.
I like it
Sure,
though.
happens all the time.
Curious where it's going.
And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know it's happening. So, what's the point of it all? I looked you in the eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you. I made this
It's
whole
just
universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect. Just me? What about everyone else? There is no one else. In this universe, there's just you and me.
What?
You stared blankly at me. But all the people on Earth, all you, different incarnations of you.
Whoa.
Wait, I'm everyone. Now you're getting it.
Whoa.
I'm every human being who
Yeah.
ever lived.
Yeah.
Think
Or
about how
who
you
will
treat
ever
me.
live. Yes. I'm Abraham Lincoln. And you're John Wilkes Booth too. I'm a Hitler, you said, appalled. And you're the millions he killed. I'm Jesus. And you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimized someone, you were victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. You thought for a long time. Why? Why do all this? Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child. Wow, you said incredulous. You mean I'm a god? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life
It's a
throughout
verse
all
that says
time,
something like
you
that.
will have grown enough to be born. So the whole universe, it's just an egg, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life. And I sent you on your way.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
I vibed with a lot of that. One part that I'm like, I don't know that. So when he said like you are Hitler and you are all the people that he killed.
What do
Like,
y'all?
how do you exist
what
at
do
the
y'all
same
think?
time?
Let us know in the comments
Yeah,
too.
how do you exist at the same time and souls are different, and that how can you be existing in the same time next to yourself but your soul's on a different part of the journey at the same moment in time? I'm like, Josh probably understands
I
that
don't
better
know.
than me
Like that's
because
really hard for me to
time is
wrap
hard
my.
for me to wrap my brain around. But
Someone said my brain stopped working after this video. It is like so much. I don't know. Like I feel like I can
loved
wrap
it, though.
my. I liked it too.
the lesson in it.
No, I mean, listen. I think what it's also saying is like we're all like a piece of God. Like he's
Yeah.
like loves us
Isn't
so
there a
much.
verse?
Like, but I don't.
Or I think there's a few verses that say something like, and I don't know how they're interpreted, but it said something like, "You are gods," and obviously
No,
he
we're
doesn't
not
mean we're
gods.
gods. But there's a verse though that says something like that. And what if it meant something like that? I mean, I don't know. That's like, but I saw something. Let me see if I can find what it was. And I don't know the context of it or anything. But
So Josh is saying time isn't linear.
well, yeah.
You are everyone all at once. It's just a concept, not necessarily true. I still can't wrap my brain around it. Not really.
I could on that one. There's
I
a
s-
lot of time stuff I can't. Like Josh actually, like his intellect, like he understands like the science of like
It's like
time
a
travel and
lesson.
things make sense to him. And I'm like, I consider myself pretty smart, but when it comes to that stuff, I'm like, I wish my brain could get there, but I ain't there yet. Like it's really hard for me to wrap my brain around
Josh-
concepts like that.
Josh is like, oh yeah, I get exactly what that's
Yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? But
Sawyer
like,
understands it a lot too. I wish so bad I
feel
did.
like if I like
It's
took
hard for
more,
me.
I would take me some time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would take me.
I don't know.
some-
I don't know that I ever be able to comprehend it, to be honest.
Someone says, bottom line, it is only the Holy Spirit that moves any soul to God. Feelings
Yeah.
and common talk do not. I agree.
Mhm.
Everything should point back to God because that's really our truth. Like,
Yeah.
it really is.
I vibe hard with the Holy Spirit thing because it's like that's what I have always like felt so much, and that's all that really matters to me. Let me see.
Someone says, all a part of the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, I feel like that might be like the solid
Right.
lesson in that. But like also,
I think there's more than
that
just
should
one
give
of
you-
us, but
no, for sure.
otherwise, I
I
understand
feel
that.
like it's
but
not specifically even saying
It's more of
that.
the lesson.
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
like
like-
you might very likely encounter yourself, and you think about how you treat people.
Yeah, well, like because we're all a part of the same
Mm.
thing. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like
It
maybe
says-
that's
I found the verse. It's Psalm 82:6. Quote, I said, you are gods, you are all sons of the Most High. And it says, it shows up again in the New Testament in John 10:34. Okay, that's where I saw it a few days ago, where Jesus actually quotes it directly during a confrontation with religious leaders who are about to stone him for blasphemy for claiming to be God's son. Jesus' response is striking. He is essentially saying the scripture itself calls certain people gods. So why are you accusing me of blasphemy for saying that I am the son of God? I mean, good point, Jesus. And then it says, what does Psalm 82 actually mean? The psalm is a courtroom scene. God stands in a divine assembly and pronounces judgment on beings called Elohim. Is that how you say that word? I've never known how to say that. Elohim, which is the Hebrew word normally translated God, but here refers to either divine beings / lesser gods in God's heavenly court, which reflects an older layer of Israelite religion where the existence of other divine beings wasn't fully denied yet. Or either human judges or rulers of Israel who were given divine authority to administer justice and are called gods in that functional sense. The psalm accuses these gods of failing, showing partially to the wicked, ignoring the poor. Huh.
repeat that.
The last part?
Yeah.
The psalm accuses these, quote, gods of failing, showing partiality to the wicked, ignoring the poor. God declares that they will die like mere mortals as punishment. This verse has been used across traditions to argue for a
Interesting. I
much
mean, but
higher
yeah.
view of human potential than mainstream Christianity typically emphasizes. Yeah, it's like, okay, like a translation, it's like, okay, we'll see that. But it's like, he could have also meant a lot of things.
Yeah, I also feel like verses that are left to like up for interpretation, sometimes I feel like they're layered and they have multiple meanings.
Yeah.
And that's by
Yeah.
design. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between seeing multiple layered meanings that
Mhm.
maybe don't contradict each other.
Yeah. Maybe sometimes we look for meanings that weren't meant to be there,
And then
right?
sometimes twisting it to fit the narrative that
Yeah,
you want. And
yeah,
I try
yeah,
really
yeah.
hard not to ever do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I do think things are multi-layered. I think Jesus said a lot of things that are multi-layered. And I
mhm.
think you're like sometimes you get a different message every time you read the Bible.
Yeah.
Like one day you might get one thing and the next time you could
Yeah.
have something totally different, but like they don't directly contradict each other. And
Yeah.
I think that was on purpose. That's why Jesus spoke in parables.
Right. Yeah. I like that video though. That was cool.
Yeah, that was
vibe a
really
lot with that.
cool.
I vibe a lot with that.
So I wanted to circle back to your relative who also
Oh yeah.
Say what.
Okay,
So tell
so
the story about like
I
what
almost
they
hesitate
see.
to say it because I know I'm not going to explain it the right way because I
Just the best you
I don't
can.
see it right. But I have a close relative that I've known
The
like
same one who has some memories
Yes.
too, that like reincarnated memories
yeah
in a way.
yeah like transmigration. What she doesn't know what
She just knows she has
what it
memories
could
she
be.
can't
Yeah.
explain.
She's also always been really interested in like near death experiences as they relate to God and stuff. She's read a lot of books with that. And anyway, I've always known from a young age that like I'm going to try and explain this. Okay. So she didn't realize this one until she was like older. She thought everybody saw it like this. But the way she describes it is like seeing energy, for lack of a better word. And like, you know, in science, when you learn like that, like all the particles, like in all objects are actually like vibrating, moving or whatever. But we don't like normally see it that way. Like for her, like she can kind of, hope I don't butcher this, almost see like the out, like the moving particles essentially, like on the outside, the things like vibrating, constantly moving. And she didn't realize till way later that that's not how other people's eyes normally see objects. And so I don't know what that is, but I know it's like I trust this person, like, you know, like she ain't making it up.
No,
You know?
she'd have no reason to.
And maybe it's her eyes. You know, I don't know, but like, but it's interesting.
Well, I think it's interesting when it's paired with these memories she can't explain.
Yeah.
So it actually fits
Yeah, I'm
really
talking
well
some
with
memories. Mm-hmm.
it actually fits really well with this electromagnetic field thing. Like let me
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have it all kind of so like in here. So reincarnation, possible explanation. That's what I have it labeled under. And then we're going to go down and
Yeah.
get to the I thing. So reincarnation potentially explains familiar spirits potentially, which are spirits that follow you from childhood or
Like almost guardian angels, kind of.
bad or something bad. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Something that might have seen the death who are then attached to that
Okay.
person.
Okay.
Opening, it's like Bible even talks about this kind of stuff. This could be opened through family occult doors.
Uh-huh.
So that's interesting
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
So then she might remember memories that aren't hers, specific death memories.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be leftover data in the atmosphere. Like I said, every time you have a thought, every time you have like a memory, like
Yeah.
it actually takes up physical space
Yeah.
in the atmosphere and it exists forever.
Uh-huh.
So she might be picking up on someone else's frequency who was alive at one point and remembering their memories.
Right.
Your brain runs through electrical signals. So brain runs through electrical signals, and scientists describe this as like some people have like a higher sensitivity to these signals. They
Mhm.
can detect signals that are not theirs.
You think that's kind of like how some people like have better eyesight, or like if like your bad eyesight, sometimes like you hear better or
Yeah,
something.
no,
like,
I mean,
you know what I mean?
probably.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Every thought produces an electromagnetic field, and something traumatic could definitely linger for a very long time after.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
brain is proven to be electrical.
Yeah.
The question is how far that signal actually goes. That's the question here.
Mhm.
Consciousness is not just locked in the brain. Same with the soul, you know, like people, we've heard that
Mhm.
souls actually have weight, like when
Mhm.
someone dies and like they immediately weigh less.
Yeah.
So some scientists say that when consciousness thinks, thoughts and memories are not just locked in the brain, that it actually produces an electromagnetic field of the memory. And all of that together means memories might not only be internal, it could interact with something outside of us and stay around.
Interesting. Like you're saying like your thoughts actually, because the brain is electrical or has electrical. Is that right? Like it has
Yes.
like actual electrical pulse, which is amazing, by the way.
It's science.
But like, you know, but that a thought even theoretically, or maybe proven, like transmits an
It is
actual
proven.
like sound.
No, this
like
is proven.
a thought. Wow.
Your heart's electrical too. Like it puts off electrical signals outside of your body.
Wow.
Yeah. So, very interesting.
Huh.
So sensitivity, tuning in. If someone is sensitive enough, they can tune into frequencies left over, like tuning into someone else's broadcast or memories, tuning into their frequency from when they were alive. Not creating it, just picking it up because they have that sensitivity already.
Could telepathy be that?
Probably
Maybe,
in
yeah,
a way.
okay.
Yeah, in a way. Radio waves. Radio waves, like in 1975, the song ends, but that radio frequency is still there. Like I actually had this written down.
Crazy.
You just need the right receiver to pick it up, to pick up that frequency, the right receiver. So intense fear actually creates a larger field. Like when you go into an old house, like I said earlier, where bad things happened, you can still feel the old negative energy. The memories linger around. And then paired with her visual sensitivity, it makes a lot of sense to me because she, at first I was thinking atoms, molecules. Well,
right. That's how I've always kind of
but Josh
thought.
was like, no, like even the best microscopes right now have trouble picking up atoms.
Right.
But what she could see is energy waves.
Interesting.
And if you already have a sensitivity to these signals, it would make sense why she can actually see these waves. Like heat on a car, you can see.
Yeah.
But everyone can see
That's
that.
different. But yeah.
She can see it on everything.
I want to say she kind of said that it almost got, like the heat waves coming off of a car or whatever, you can kind of like, kind of see them.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like that.
But
kind of.
But she can see all of it.
Yeah.
Like
that's like, she's like, that's the only way I know how to like
describe
for
it.
for you to be able to understand.
So seeing energy waves or electromagnetic fields, if you're more sensitive to that already, she sees energy constantly moving around like particles, almost like what science says is happening at the microscopic level, but she's actually perceiving it when other people aren't. And there's a good chance, like there's other people with the same story. Like she should look into this.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if there's like, I haven't found like a word for it because I don't know how to explain it to like Claude. I've tried explaining it, but it's like, maybe she could explain it to Claude better because it's secondhand knowledge for me, right?
Right.
But I feel like there's probably a community of people who like
experience the same thing. Yeah. No, there are. I looked into this because I couldn't figure out like reincarnation in the Bible. I couldn't figure out, like, to me, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like this does make sense. And like I said, I talked to Josh about it this morning. I'm like, I believe them. And he was like, well, he always has an answer.
Yeah.
So brain as an antenna. Basically, her brain is picking up on these fields, literally. So it's like that same antenna in her brain that picks up on the memories can also pick up on these same visual signals.
Wow.
And to me, it's like spiritual sensitivity as well. Like, it's probably some kind of gift that maybe she doesn't understand. And I would just say pray about it and ask God to reveal things to you and give you some kind of peace or answer or, test the spirits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's like seeing through the veil a little bit. Like people.
Interesting. You know what that makes me think of?
Like heightened awareness.
That makes me think of something further from there. Okay. So if like you were saying, so like a radio signal in like whatever, 1965 or whatever, like still being like in the atmosphere. I don't know if that's really the right word for it, but like those waves and everything are still out there, right? I wonder a lot of things. I wonder if they continue traveling at the same speed that they traveled at when they were first emitted from the radio, or if they change over time. And also, I mean, I guess they would continue forever. I wonder if they alter in any way. But even more, I'm wondering, okay, so if you think about it, so all time since the earth was created or whatever, right? Like, obviously, there's been more and more people living throughout the time. So therefore, you have more thoughts in the universe or whatever. ethosphere. I don't know what the right word is. You have more radio waves. You have more, like all those, you're getting more and more and more and more and more waves, right? Exponentially.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
So like, what are they bouncing off of each other?
I
Are they, can we maybe feel a pressure? I mean, could that create a pressure of a sense? Like, how, if you have more and more frequencies in the environment, how would that possibly affect the human body? Maybe in mind. Maybe it would affect other people more. But could people start feeling like those signals and stuff that they're feeling and seeing get stronger with time, possibly because there's more out there? I don't know. You know what I mean?
yes. So
Curious.
I'm going to read these comments right quick and
Yeah.
then I'll tell you what I think about that. Einstein said time is relative to the observer. This was in Einstein's iconic theory of relativity. I don't know.
Crazy.
Look up a short summary.
Of
Um
the relativity.
yes. So to me, Holly, it's like I feel like if you don't keep your frequency, because you produce a frequency also,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't keep your frequency in tune with God's frequency, then you leave yourself open to being affected by all of this stuff. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying
Mm-hmm.
your relative is being negatively affected. It doesn't really seem
Yeah,
it doesn't
no.
really seem
Yeah.
like she is, but I do think if you're like an absorber,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it could be really
like,
bad for you.
I would say maybe other things maybe have affected her more than others, but for that, it's just like a vision thing. It's just like that's how it's always looked.
I just think maybe
It's not. I don't think it's stronger at sometimes than others. It's just that's just what she sees.
that's just
You know
how
what
it
I mean?
always
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like to me, if I feel like she can see beyond like through the veil a little bit or something. I really do.
Yeah.
Like a spiritual veil.
Well, then another relative, closely related to that relative, who takes after that relative a lot physically and stuff, also has other stronger
And amen, Lisa. Absolutely.
perceptions or whatever you want to call it. And so do her kids. And so it's like, I don't know, like maybe you somehow pass that down to be a little stronger in those areas than others. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't really know. I've never
but
really
I love,
looked
yeah,
into maybe you do though.
I love that it's interesting. You know what I mean? Okay, so you just wanted a short summary of Einstein's theory of relativity?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. The short version. Einstein said that space and time are not fixed, unchanging backdrops to the universe. They are flexible. They bend, stretch, and are affected by mass, gravity, and speed. This was revolutionary because everyone before him, including Newton, assumed space and time were absolute and the same for everyone everywhere. So that space and time are not fixed. I think that totally makes sense to Josh. I wish it did. I'm like,
Let's
I believe it. I don't understand it.
Tell it-
I wish I was smart
tell
enough.
it, say dumb it down. It will.
Okay.
So dumb as I
Okay.
I mean, obviously, this electromagnetic thing took me a lot to try to wrap my. Josh was telling me about it first.
That
Then
I
I
can
woke up
underst- yeah,
when I
that I
woke
can
up this
understand.
morning, and my brain wouldn't. I was like, I can't even begin
Yeah.
to understand what you're. But then I like had some time to like. I'm the type. If I have some time to stew on something,
Yeah.
stew and think about it. Like that's how my brain
I need
works.
a little time too. Okay. So I said, dumb it down for your girl. All right. Said, sure. Special relativity, the simple version. Imagine you're on a train going very fast and you throw a ball backward. To you, the ball goes slow. Okay. Yeah. To someone watching from outside, the ball is going fast. Yeah. The train speed plus the ball speed combined. Right. Okay.
Wow.
That's how everything works except light. Light always travels at the same speed no matter what.
Huh.
Doesn't matter if you're chasing it or running away from it, it's always the same. That's weird. And Einstein was the first to take it seriously. The consequence is Time has to bend to make that work. See,
Okay.
that's where I'm like, what? Okay, maybe it'll be dumb enough for me. If you traveled close to the speed of light for what felt like 1 year to you, you'd come back and decades might have passed on Earth.
That's so strange, but I've heard that.
Wow.
Like
Even astronauts and stuff like age differently. And stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Time literally moved slower for you because you were moving so fast. Oh, because it's like the train and you throw the ball. Okay, all right. I get what it's doing here. This actually happens to astronauts just by tiny amounts.
So those
E equals MC
memories-
squared.
Those memories, time probably doesn't affect those
Right.
electromagnetic memories in the same way that time affects.
Well, they're not traveling at the speed of light.
No, but they're just sitting in the atmosphere. It's like,
Or moving through the
yeah,
atmosphere.
moving
right?
or sitting, whatever.
Right.
It's like,
Well, frequency always has to move. No, I don't know.
I don't know. Probably.
I think. I mean, it's wave.
I don't
so, Yeah,
know.
I
I would think so.
But let's make sure. Let's see. I'm gonna say, does a sound wave ever stop?
But anyway, neither here nor there either. Like,
I love this. So this is totally how I wanted to be. Like, let's just
it's so interesting.
learn.
Like,
yeah.
there's so much we won't even understand anyway. Like, even like it's hard
Yeah.
for me to like you dumb it down and I'm like getting it.
Still,
but like
but
it's
still,
like
yeah.
it's so much that it's like hard to because it
There's
doesn't
an infinite amount of
it
knowledge out there. you know?
defies everything we know in
Yeah.
our physical life.
And now we have better access to it. It's really cool. We're living in a cool time, even though it seems horrific sometimes.
For sure.
So I asked, does a sound wave ever stop? And the short answer, yes, but not really completely. What a sound wave actually is. Sound isn't a thing traveling through air the way a ball flies through space. It's a disturbance. Oh yeah. Molecules bumping into each other in a chain reaction like falling dominoes. The sound is falling, not the dominoes themselves. Then see, exactly. That's why I wonder, like, with all these like sound waves and everything like moving through space, more and more of them colliding,
yeah.
I would think that would create energy,
Yeah. I
think.
mean, you would think, yeah.
but I don't know enough about science.
I don't know,
This is where-
Josh.
this is where
Why
we
aren't
need Josh.
you chiming in here?
Yeah, Josh, if like
I wonder if he quit listening.
certain waves
No, he goes,
collide,
No sound in space. No atmosphere. Well, true. There's no atmosphere.
is that why eventually like the sound waves stop moving? Is that why there's no sound in space?
Because there's got to be an atmosphere for them to move in, I guess, and to exist in.
I'm gonna need you to dumb that down, buddy.
So Lisa says she just recently bought a frequency machine. So I've heard
What's
a
that?
lot of people, I've heard of a lot of people talking about frequency healing and stuff. I don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it.
I know I was listening to frequencies one night and I had some really bad
Oh,
dreams.
Yeah, you told me about
But
that.
like I don't know. Like I don't know enough about it. So
yeah,
if you don't want to share why you got it or what it is and
mess
all
you
that.
up real bad, like mess your brain up even.
Yeah, well, it was just one from
Now
YouTube.
they
It
have
was
weapons
probably
like that.
stupid.
We used one in Venezuela.
I
by the
heard
way.
that. Yeah, I heard that.
It's crazy.
I actually had a dream about. I told you
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
a weapon just like that
Before it happened.
before it happened, and then when I read about it, I was like,
That's so crazy.
"What?"
So Emily feels like a lot of times like God speaks to her, puts things on her heart, like at night, like when she's
When I'm-
dreaming, if you will.
Yeah.
And I rarely dream. I never really have, or at least I don't remember them. Mine, a lot of times it's right when I first wake up. It'll be like right then he'll be talking to me. Sometimes for a minute, sometimes for 10 minutes or whatever. Sometimes I don't notice it at all.
He talks,
But
to
it's interesting
everybody
that it's different.
differently.
Right, yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
differently.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like we're all different. We're
Yeah.
all very different. But it actually happened twice, and some people won't believe me, or just think I'm crazy, or maybe it's a coincidence. But I was in a different country, and I can't tell you exactly where I was.
It's your dream or whatever, right?
Yeah, in my dream. And I know that there was like, it felt like not in the US for sure. Well, obviously, but like
Oh, yeah.
blue, really blue, beautiful water, like maybe
Mhm.
on like a big island. I don't know.
Mhm.
It almost felt like
Was this recent?
This was
Okay.
before the Venezuela thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know where I was or
Yeah.
why. But I was in a classroom setting with a bunch of other younger adults. And I don't know why we were there, what we were doing, but it felt normal,
Mhm.
like I was supposed to be there.
Mhm.
And I had the understanding that we had just come out of a really big pandemic.
Okay.
And I can't really tell you
Uh-huh.
if it was like
Like why, but that was, yeah.
referred back to COVID or if this is like a future.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have no idea. I can't.
Mhm.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But like we all had the understanding that we had just come out of a pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and there was something crazy going on outside, and we were just like kind of freaked out. But then it stopped. But then all of a sudden, like
Like a feeling of things going on outside,
yeah,
or you
like
could see craziness.
we could hear it, like, and then it was like a weird atmosphere.
Like
But I don't know. I don't really understand what was going on.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, it's like I see this timer in my head, which is weird, and it's
Mhm.
counting down. And when it gets to like,
In the dream.
yes,
You
was-
in the dream sees a timer in your
yes,
head.
yes,
Okay.
and it was like at 10, and all of a sudden I start feeling this. We all do this major pressure all over my body,
Mm-hmm.
like more and
Like
more.
you're
Like
going to
the
explode,
lower,
or
yeah,
you're going to
like,
be compressed.
like I'm going to eventually blow up.
Okay.
And I like the lower the timer got, the more intense this got, to the point where I fall to my knees, just like they explained,
Uh-huh.
and grab my head because my head was about to blow up in my dream. I could feel it. And
It's so terrifying considering
it was
that's
about to
actually
blow up. And then
possible
when it got to 0, there's this bright light in my eyes. And I thought maybe a nuke. I don't know.
now.
I'd never felt anything or seen. I didn't even
Yeah.
have any idea. Like I'd
Yeah.
never even heard anything.
Yeah.
I just start Googling stuff when I woke up. Well, I kind of just forgot about it. And then when that thing came out about Venezuela, I was like, that is to a T what happened to me in my dream. Like,
That's
and what they
crazy.
described. So I'm like, I don't know.
And you told me about it before then too. So
Yeah. So pretty wild.
yeah.
Like I said, I'd never even thought about what a nuke would feel like before it detonated, or
Yeah.
a bomb,
I
or
have.
any weapon. I haven't though.
I don't know. I have this
It just-
weird I don't even.
I just never
I hope I'm
occurred to me.
close if it happens.
So Josh is actually sending you a lesson right now, or us. The sound isn't a thing itself. It's pushing the atmosphere around in a wave in your ears.
Okay.
Process those disturbances in the atmosphere as sound. Huh.
Okay. Now that you say that, I do remember that from science. Yes. Okay. So theoretically, then, Josh, if you are more and more like sound waves, thoughts, whatever, whether that be because there's more people or whatever, or time and things are still in from years ago, like pushing on the atmosphere, theoretically, like, would that be a problem? Would that be something we could, or something we could maybe perceive through like feeling it, or it affecting our brain waves, or like, I don't know. It just, it
Right.
just like, it makes me think like, huh, what does that mean for this? Yeah.
I mean,
So interesting. Gosh, I wish my brain was better at understanding science stuff, because I think it's so freaking interesting. But my IQ is just not, that ain't its focus, unfortunately.
right? I mean, yeah, I feel like I can get a concept, but that's
Mm-hmm.
about it. I have to really sit on something. And
That's
try
it. Yeah.
to-
Now I'm like, it's like, okay, that
That's what I'm
helps.
saying. You sit.
You know
with
what
it
Josh
for a
said?
while.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Like,
sit
okay.
with it for a while. Let me respond to some of these comments. Hi, Michael from Lassen County, California. Fittest flat earther under the dome. What do you
He's
think?
saying he's a flat earther. Is that what he's
Yep.
saying?
Yep. So I don't know, like, it seems like the Bible might say that in a sense, but I'm
Really?
It
I didn't know
does,
that.
It does, but I'm like,
Is that where it comes from? Is that where people get it from?
yeah, that's where it comes from.
Oh, I
I
had
haven't,
no idea.
To be honest, I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know if the Bible, like, I just haven't done enough digging on that. I do think there's a firmament. I wholeheartedly.
What's that?
Like, so the Bible also describes waters above and waters below, and
Okay,
you
yeah.
can't leave here, right? Well, even scientists talk about a radiation belt in the atmosphere that will
Uh-huh.
literally burn you up if
Yeah.
you leave. But then they keep doing these.
Right.
They're, yeah. Anyway,
Huh.
just wild. I do
Uh-huh.
believe there's a firmament, but that we can't get out of, or that they can.
And then
they're
the
trying to
firmament's the
break it.
water thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how the flood happened. Like, he opened the firmament and flooded the earth.
Oh,
Yeah. Interesting, huh?
interesting.
Um,
Tell me your top 3 reasons why you think there's a flat Earth.
yeah.
I'm curious because
So
it's fun. I like it.
there's a lot
Tell
of
me.
pilots who say the earth is flat.
Really?
There's one on here that I don't know if he's still on here. If you are, please feel free to let us know.
I mean, I feel like there's like so much
But
to
he-
prove otherwise, but at the same time, I'm also like now
Would you
in
be surprised?
in these vibes these days, I'm like, you know what?
Would you be surprised? The theory
I
of,
don't know anymore.
the theory of relativity has been proven true by more modern scientists.
The relativity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Einstein was ahead of his day, big time.
Yeah.
Like, people still haven't been able to wrap their mind around all of that yet, you know?
What if he was time traveling, or what if he was
Maybe it was.
reincarnation or transmigration from back when they had, like we were talking about the technology back in the day being greater.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Maybe.
you don't think I haven't thought about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, something teaching him. I
Yeah.
mean, I think nukes. Like, I should be careful
Yeah.
about saying that so I don't get kicked off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, but I feel like that might be fallen angel stuff too.
Yeah. I think he said later that this is the biggest regret of his life. Like
Yeah.
he
Well,
didn't mean
realized
for his
what it
science
was
to be like
doing.
used that way. Yeah.
yeah, it's sad because
Yeah.
anything will be used for evil. Anything. I mean,
Can be by the right people,
that's
wrong
what I'm
people.
saying. I mean, there's always going to be wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
Josh says not flat.
Yeah.
Thoughts are energy stored somewhere. I believe we have a flat earth and a firmament because of the shape of the rainbow.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, so it seems like it's under the dome.
Ah.
Yeah, but I don't know if you believe in the dome, that doesn't necessarily, with the firmament, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to believe in flat earth too, in my opinion. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm new to all this. I'm like trying to imagine what y'all are talking about. I'm like, oh,
I just
okay.
haven't looked enough into it. to,
Yeah, I
like,
didn't
say,
even know these were things. Yeah.
That's what the government was shooting missiles at in Operation Fishbowl.
What's
So
that?
it's actually wild.
Uh-huh.
Hillary, I don't know look up the exact operation, but
Okay.
I know like what he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
They're trying to like bust out of the firmament, Operation Fishbowl, like we're stuck in a bowl.
I love, dude. I'm
Hillary
so much
Clinton
more
talked
open
about
to stuff
breaking-
these days
Hillary
because
Clinton talked about breaking the firmament
Things
multiple
get
times,
wild.
but I haven't looked at enough in that in context either. I just
Really?
see like clips of videos.
okay. Operation Fishbowl was a
And
series.
hi, he said he believes it. He believes it too. I don't know how to pronounce.
Oh, there's
his
two
name.
flat earthers.
No. Yeah,
Oh.
he does. Yes. Yes. two.
Oh yeah.
Actually, a lot of people are starting to believe that right now. So I don't.
More now. Oh, you see
More
that? Like
tons.
now I just want to dig into it more because I'm like,
Well, I think it's
That's
like at the
interesting.
point they're like, if we've been lied to about everything else, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you there. I feel you there. I
And-
mean,
Thank you for the heart. I appreciate that. Thank you.
okay, you want me to read this?
Yes.
Okay. Operation Fishbowl was a series of American nuclear weapons tests. Oh, that reminds me of something else I got to tell you later. Sorry. Was a series of American nuclear weapons tests conducted in 1962, specifically high altitude nuclear detonations, meaning bombs exploded in or near space rather than on the ground or in the atmosphere close to Earth, which Russia was just trying to put like nukes in space or something.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to break
I
the
know nothing
firmament.
about it,
I
but
think
now
they're
I'm like,
trying to-
whoa.
I think they're trying to break the firmament. I really do.
Interesting. Okay.
If they're ushering in the end times,
People wild. God doesn't need your help.
no. He'll break it when he wants to
Yeah.
break it.
Idiots. Thinking they have more control than God.
Right.
The
yeah.
U.S. military, which I'm like, I say I'm not judgy, but yeah, sorry. I guess I am. I need to work on that. The U.S. military wanted to know what would happen when nuclear weapons were detonated at extreme altitudes. This was the height of the Cold War. Oh, and both the U.S. and Soviet Union were testing the boundaries of nuclear capability in every direction, including upward. What they discovered, and it was shocking, the most significant test was called Starfish Prime, a 1.2 megaton hydrogen bomb detonated at 250 miles above the Pacific Ocean on July 9th, 1962. Only 250 miles? The results surprised even... Why would they risk that kind of stuff? The results surprised even... I'm like, that's wild. They got some guts. The results surprised even the scientists running it. An artificial aurora lit up the sky visibly from Hawaii, New Zealand, and across the Pacific. Colorful lights similar to the
That's more
northern
involved than I
lights,
thought.
but caused by the explosion. Satellites were destroyed. The electromagnetic pulse damaged or knocked out roughly a third of all satellites in low Earth. Dude,
Yeah.
in low Earth orbit at the time, including some American ones. Nobody had fully anticipated this. That's why you shouldn't be playing around, bro.
With that,
Yeah.
but they were trying. I mean, they were trying to break the firmament.
People
I
were
really
wild.
think so. I really think so. I don't.
Or valuing knowledge more than human life.
I mean, they do that all the time.
Yeah. Street lights in Hawaii went out nearly 900 miles away, nearly 900 miles away
Yeah.
from the detonation point, and it was
well,
in the
that's
sky.
How powerful they are.
The street
the
lights went out.
weapon, you know.
I wonder if everything between Hawaii and the detonation point also went out, or if for some reason it was just Hawaii. Electronics failed across a wide area. Huh.
Wild, huh?
Yeah.
So he says. So basically, fishbowl of the Lord is what they were trying to break.
Oh, by the way, it also says it demonstrated the devastating potential of an EMP, which we've been hearing about those last few years.
What's an EMP?
I think the sun can even create them or something.
What is it?
It's like it does, like it causes like it was whenever all the phones, everybody's cell phone
Oh,
wasn't
solar
working.
like solar flares,
Oh,
geomagnetic storms.
Maybe it's not the same. Maybe it's not caused the same thing. Yeah.
Is that not what it is?
No, because you're right. It was solar flares. Where have I been hearing about EMPs?
I don't know,
It's an electromagnetic pulse.
but
That's-
that probably
I-
comes from the sun. That
I
probably.
don't know. I can't remember where I've like heard stuff about that. I feel like in the last few years there's been something about it.
I mean, maybe that's what it. Maybe they're connected.
Yeah, but it's the potential that an EMP would have. A nuclear weapon doesn't have to hit anything to cause massive damage. Okay, well, that answers my question. When I heard that Russia was putting them in space, I was like, the fallout, I guess, but it proves that it causes more than just the
It's
nuclear
not
fallout.
just yeah. Like I mean, think about it. Launching.
Wow.
Yeah. They're powerful. I mean, do you know how like it works? It like changes matter and
Yeah.
it's like weird. I don't know.
Wow.
So if you watched Oppenheimer, they were worried that one nuke would ignite the atmosphere and destroy the planet. Yeah. Like it's kind of crazy to think like if someone launches one like and so many of us have them like it would be over, it would feel like.
Yeah. Why are people even playing with this stuff?
Electromagnetic pulse, Josh says.
Mm-hmm.
There is a video of
Has there been something going like in the news or something in the last few years? Has that been used in some ways or something? Like, why is that sounding so familiar to me?
It says there is a video of it hitting in the sky, which gave a rippling effect.
Have you seen?
At least
You know what I saw the other day too? I saw this video.
The sun can cause issue in electromagnetic fields.
Yeah. Okay. Ah, okay. That's why. Okay. So, and this is another, like, I don't know, some weird conspiracy that somehow I saw. I think somebody sent it to me. And it was that it was saying that all the videos that you see, or most of them or something, are fake of nuclear explosions. Because it says, like, how is the camera not fried? And there's other
I've
things in
heard
the
that
videos where it's
too.
like the car was there.
But I mean, it is weird.
It made me think.
It is weird. But I
Yes.
mean, it is weird.
It made me think.
It is weird. But at this point, we're questioning everything.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Yes, the sun has been very active in the past couple years, Josh says.
Okay. And
Yeah,
it's
and then
causing
someone
these-
says,
okay,
yes,
okay, I
the
thought-
rainbow is shorter in Australia than in the US and Canada. Flat, like it's more like
Wait,
flat
so
Earth.
rainbows don't vary from rainbow to rainbow?
I don't
All
know.
rainbows are the same length, typically, unless you're in Australia?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I haven't looked into that enough.
I never thought about it. I guess in my mind, I thought I saw small rainbows. Yeah, I feel like maybe they just look bigger depending on where you're at.
Maybe.
You know? 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen bigger rainbows and I've seen smaller rainbows.
I feel like
But probably it's your
probably I have
perception
too,
from
but I don't
your
know.
viewpoint.
I don't know if I've ever paid enough attention.
Me neither.
And thank you everyone for the likes. I appreciate it. Telescopic lenses. I don't know.
What about it?
What about it? Oh,
Oh, for the nuke videos?
no, I think for the rainbow is what he's referring
Oh. Tell me what you're talking about. Who is that? Does that say Woody? Who
to.
is
It's
that?
Josh.
Oh, he's just on
He's
another
on both.
thing.
Uh,
We also use Josh's Claude sometimes. Some rainbows have a higher arc. The more, yeah. The more you are north or center with the earth, the higher the arc. I didn't know it had to do with the center of the earth, but yeah, I've noticed the higher arcs.
oh, that's why the camera doesn't.
Okay, yeah, he was
break
talking about the
its-
nukes.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know what he was talking about. A long way away.
Yeah.
But on a side note, I did have in here too.
Yeah, you gonna go down your rabbit hole?
We'll go through one right now.
Is that what you were gonna say?
Okay, so I'm sure a lot of y'all already know about this. Yes, people are already. I posted a video about it, and a lot of people are already like, "Oh, we already know about that old news." Well, it's not old news to me, so I know it's not old news to everybody, right?
Well, I don't know about it, and I purposely actually I meant to look it up
Well,
last night,
first,
and I was
I'm gonna talk
busy.
about those cards.
Okay,
What
yeah, I don't know anything
actually-
about that either.
What actually has a card in there that kind of
Yeah.
even talks about the next part I'm going to
I
talk about.
purposely
it.
didn't look it up because I want her to teach me about it and have like a real reaction and not just
So,
So tell me how
there's
crazy
this,
it is,
there's
girl.
this card game, which I know a lot of you do know about it. It's called, and I don't even want to say the full. It's Illum.
Oh,
Adi
yaddy.
adi adi.
I've
Yeah. That-
never heard of this.
New World Order, a card game from 1994.
It's created in 1994. Okay.
And it's like interesting because you know how we all think like The Simpsons predict stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're probably
Never really watched The Simpsons, but I've
they're
heard that a lot.
Probably a part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but probably at this point. There was like a lot of
They
different
kind of
cards.
resemble certain people.
Right. Yeah, they do.
The Roth
No,
kid
they do.
family.
They do. So it's like a lot of, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about like different things that were predicted in that game or in that game that
Mm-hmm.
happened, but
Can you still buy this game?
yeah, I think it's really expensive though. I don't know for sure.
It would be. Okay.
And like apparently, you know what?
I'm gonna see if I can look it up.
I have a comment. If I can find my, oh, there it is on my YouTube
Let me see if you can buy it.
video about it
Not that,
that
I'm
I want to
recommending
read
it. I'm
to
just
y'all.
curious.
He actually knew a lot more about it than I do.
Who was this? Somebody that commented?
Yes, on my, and I wanted to go down the rabbit hole a little deeper on it, but I just didn't have time.
He's like, this is my game.
Yeah, but hold on, it's interesting. Let's see if I can find it.
Wow. I've never been on Amazon on this laptop. I've had it for years. That's crazy.
Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? I swear it was on here.
In 1994, is that whenever like that whole thing was getting a lot of like,
Okay, here it is.
attention?
Well,
Maybe.
it's been.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Wait, hold on. This isn't the right one.
Supposedly you can buy it for like $44. Wow, there's some sets that are $239.
Oh, wow. Okay, I can't find the comment.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
anyway, so this game predicts things like there's a certain card that has 2 matching buildings getting hit by a weapon up in fire.
Really?
Yeah. There's another one about
I've
a
seen some of
pandemic,
these.
like cleaning supplies, masks, body bags.
Do you think we can pull up some pictures of some of the cards?
You can
to-
just Google it.
Put it in there so that we can pull it up
Oh,
on the
true.
screen.
True. Okay, hold on. Let me
Let
pull
me-
some of them up. You know what? Let me actually send myself the video that first got me interested
Okay.
in it. But anyway, it's like predictive things that could or could not be a coincidence. But like there's also a leader, a charismatic leader that's blonde that actually resembles someone very interesting.
Is he large
large?
in size?
No. Not really.
No.
You don't really see, but he's blonde.
Mhm.
Um,
Could be the young one.
yeah, maybe, maybe during chaos. But hold on, y'all, just give me a second. I'll find it.
I'm looking up pictures.
I
of
should
it,
have already
too.
sent myself this, but I didn't really anticipate. Okay, here's one right here. I will send myself right now.
No way.
What?
I'm looking at the one with the buildings. Evidently, this is a thing. Like on eBay, people like now like sell these cards that were
Oh,
like
I bet
original
they do.
1994. Like
Oh,
it's
I
more
bet
expensive
they
if
do.
it's like original.
I bet. Apparently, the guy got like, and I don't know if this is true because I didn't confirm. The guy that created the game was like getting questioned
Really?
after. I don't know. I don't know if it's true.
Where's he from?
I don't know. I haven't.
I want to know
I,
now.
I quit digging.
Like, who was it? Where are they from?
Right?
are they
we should do
related
mo-
to?
We should do more digging on that.
Where's their money at? What stocks are they invested in?
Okay. Right? Okay. I'm gonna move.
Let me see. I'm going to ask it. Okay. Who created the 1994? Okay. While you look up that, I'm looking at this. Steve Jackson. Published by Steve Jackson Games. Indeed, in 1994.
Ready?
Oh, this is a video. Okay. Yeah.
This is the Illuminati 1995 card
Oh,
game.
it said it.
Tell me we've never seen
What?
these-
The
this came
Pentagon
out in
one?
1995, okay? This one really stood out to me. Enough is enough.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
Face,
pretty
you know, enough
weird.
could be enough for him, but at any time, any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Marshall.
On brand.
Law. Interesting. But again, it's just a card game, right? I can follow for more. You like card games? This is the Illuminati.
Y'all want to find another one?
Yeah. If I were to just see this video like on social media, I would have been like, yeah, fake. But it's real. Like,
This is Spanish, but you can look at the video.
it makes me sick to my stomach to even see those videos.
Isn't that
Whoa,
weird?
Princess. Wait, when did she die? When did Princess Diana die? 1996?
1997.
Ugh. I hate watching these things. Which shows existed before, right? I think we were talking about those before. Mm, hold on. Are we seeing what's coming, bro?
Yeah, I think so. New World Order.
With their keys to the cage and the devil to
I wish we could understand. I don't.
It's creepier that we can't.
Right? Yeah.
What?
Interesting, right?
Are those like all those cards are real? It's not just a couple. It's for
No,
legit.
I've looked these up. This is real. This is all on like this
Because
is
if it's like one or two,
No.
now the Pentagon one and the towers.
no.
Okay, what
These
hell?
are the real
But
cards. These are the real cards. Yes.
I keep knocking over my drink. Okay, I'm not a fan of the arms, Josh. Okay. Gosh, probably spent a lot of money on them, and here I am complaining. Okay, what the heck? I had no idea because you told me what the game was. I texted you and asked you. and didn't look into it, but I was not anticipating. I was anticipating laughing and being like, oh, Emily, she's so funny. This is crazy.
I don't know.
I want to show this to Brandon, my husband, but he's going to be like, he hates conspiracy stuff. He's going to be like, I don't even want to hear it. I'm like, it's fun though.
Okay, I can't find the right one.
What
But-
the heck though?
Right?
Okay. Hold on. Let me see how many, like the ones that are on eBay. And then we're going to go down the hole of who made this game and who he's connected to. Because I'm always about like,
Oh,
give me the backstory.
Lisa also says, who is the writer of The Simpsons and how do they know so much? I feel like you should probably look into that a little more too.
I think
Isn't that a little wild?
I've heard there's some crazy connections, but I don't really know.
And somebody else says, look up and watch Rob Eba?
Wait, what the heck?
What?
Okay, so this game in 1994, oh my God. It was a collectible card game spinoff from his earlier tabletop game called Just Illumin Adi from 1982.
What?
Yeah, so it like even existed before 1994. Which was itself inspired by the Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson novel. It was inspired by a novel called we're going to get kicked off. The Illuminatus.
Illuminatus.
It's actually
Let's call it.
it's actually spelled like that though.
Let's call it
Trilogy.
Illuminati. I don't know.
That with a US at the end, an exclamation point, and then trilogy. I want to know more about that book. Okay, a few notable points about Steve Jackson in this game. Steve Jackson Games had already had a brush with conspiracy notoriety in 1990 when the U.S. Secret Service raided their offices. Y'all, I'm not reading this off a conspiracy site, okay? This is Claude, and I have told it before. You have to cite your sources, okay? When the U.S. Secret Service raided their office, targeting a separate game called GURPS, GURPS.
Wow. This goes so
called
deep.
GURPS Cyberpunk, which some conspiracy theorists ironically spun into proof, quote unquote, that the government wanted to suppress their work. INWO became a magnet for conspiracy theorists because of some of its cards designed years before. Seemed to eerily predict events like 9/11 attacks, cards depicting the burning towers, and other real-world events. Jackson has always maintained these were coincidences. Okay, buddy. Rooted in the game's satirical anything goes themes. Bro, I'm all for the satirical like anything goes kind of vibe.
But
But buddy,
that's
you
what
passed that 2 cards ago.
right? Okay, look up. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I have to.
Yeah.
Project.
I'll keep reading this stuff.
Yeah, Project. Look up in a minute. Project BB, and then that card game, and see if you can find the card I'm talking about.
Okay. Was it book at the end or was it beam?
I was trying not to say it.
Yeah. But was it book at the end or beam?
Beam,
Because there's 2.
beam,
Okay. Okay. Game. You said that and then game?
New World Order. Okay,
Yeah.
New World Order card.
Oh, but
game.
that's a card that's
I want you to
of
find that card because I couldn't
Okay.
find it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom.
Go
I'll
ahead.
be right back.
I'm gonna be-
Keep
I'm gonna
them
be diving.
busy.
Like a busy little rabbit. Steve Jackson Games is still active today and has produced many well-known tabletop games, including creepy Munchkin and Car Wars. Okay, I want to know. What interesting ties does Steve Jackson have to powerful people? Let's just see. Maybe. Right. Hold on. I'm gonna add a country in here. Just off chance. Let's see. Okay. Okay, it says this is a topic where I'd encourage some careful, critical Or sorry, I'm reading all kinds of crazy. This is a topic where I'd encourage some careful thinking because the framing of outing what I put in ties to powerful people and a certain country can sometimes lead to conspiracy theory territory. See, it knows I don't like going there. Good job, Claude. Let me give you what's actually documented. See if you train it, you tell it how you want your information, guys. It's a lot safer than just letting it go off the deep end. Highly recommend. What's verifiable about Steve Jackson? He's a tabletop game designer based in Austin, Texas, primarily known for creating games like Illumin, that one, GURPS, and Munchkin. Weirdest names. His company, Steve Jackson Games, is a relatively small independent publisher in the gaming industry, which kind of makes it a little creepier to me. He has no widely documented or notable connections to that certain government, intelligence, or powerful political figures that I'm aware of. See, I shouldn't even be going down that road. But there was I wonder if that car that it showed was real, though. Okay, I'm going to ask it that, but hold on. Where the conspiracy angle comes from, because as that word in INWO games deal with themes of secret societies, global control, and shadowy power structures, some people reverse engineer the assumption that he must himself be connected. What if they're like, good idea? Let's do it. The predictive cards in INWO fuel speculation that he had inside knowledge, implying powerful connections. Most researchers attribute this to confirmation bias. People notice the hits and ignore the many misses. This is what Claude's honest assessment is. I'm not aware of any credible documented ties between Steve Jackson and powerful political figures or a certain country. If you've read something claiming this, I'm happy to evaluate it. See, I like my Claude. I was hoping he was like, or think maybe there was like some ties to powerful people and stuff, but it was like, look, I know you don't like to go down these rabbit holes, so careful how you ask these questions. But I'm going to ask it if the card that had that certain country on it was an actual card.
Okay.
Was there... I have new nails and they're so long it's hard for me to type. Was there an actual card in the original card game? Oh, you're going to try to do it on your phone?
Yeah.
In the original game from 1994 that had that country on it. I say that because it had it in the video, and I want to know if they're like making it seem like this is crazier than it is, or if it's actually as crazy. Because you know the internet. Yes. There was. Yes, there was indeed a that country card in the game. The search results confirm it pretty clearly. There is one from the original set listed as card 184 out of 409 in the base set. Oh, so there's four. They number these cards. 184 out of 409 is that one. It is currently sold as a collectible on eBay. Let's see how much it's going for, guys. Here we go. Oh, it ain't that collectible. It's $19.
Oh,
I was expecting a lot more than that.
Did you find
It's
that
like, this
card
is not
by chance?
Pokemon cards, guys.
Did you find that? Did you find that card by chance?
That one for the country?
No, the BB one.
Oh, I've been going down my... No, I haven't gotten it.
Okay, I didn't
Okay,
figure.
hold on. Let me see what this says real quick. And then yes.
And then someone
There was
wants you
something
to look
else
up
I said I
card-
was going to look up and I've already forgotten. Additionally, the search results reveal there were also related cards, including one for...
How much?
No. They also, verified, had a card. It was for the intelligence agency from that country specifically, with the name of that intelligence agency that starts with an M and ends with a D.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, see, I'm telling you, these
That's
rabbit.
just weird.
This is going to be one I want to go deeper on for sure.
Okay, even if everything hadn't played out the way it's been playing out, it's still weird to have a game like that, first of all, anyway. But I don't know, maybe it's not. But like, what the heck?
Look up card 409. They want you to look up that one first.
Okay. Show me. These people know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
And they're like, look up 409.
A lot of people do know about this game. This is news to
Bro,
me.
I don't know about a lot of this stuff because like I don't ever search it on my like social media and stuff. So I don't normally get things that pop up. So unless somebody sends me something,
You don't.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Which is probably good. 'Cause my,
yeah.
I can tend to be a little like, I obsess. Okay. The official card list is on Steve Jackson Games' own website. Let me fetch that. Okay. Yes. Take me there, buddy. So I'm going to pin down the exact name. The official Jackson card list page returned an error, which search results don't spell out what the last card. Oh, it's saying their website. It verifies there are 409 cards, like officially. But for some reason, their website, and Claude is searching it right now, when you try to go to 409, it's saying that it returns an error message.
What?
That's even weirder.
What? Okay. Okay, say that again.
And it says the numbering system also appears to vary slightly depending on which edition. Some have 409, others have 412.
I'm so confused. Why? That is weird.
Okay, but we can Google it.
Google it. Google it.
Hey, can they put a picture in the chat?
Can you? I don't think so, actually. No. Mm-mm.
Can they message it?
They can message it, but I can't use my phone right now because I'm trying to like let.
They can message it to me and I can use it.
Because I was trying to. Oh, that's
Go to
true.
the
yeah. Message
I don't
her.
know if y'all can see, but it's Holly K Batch.
Yeah,
Message
just
it to
look
me.
up Holly K Batch.
Card 409.
Josh will look. So I'm trying to like.
Don't let me forget about looking up that card.
If y'all are on Instagram, I hope y'all can hear us. And I'm sorry you have to like look from this angle, but I keep trying to like set Instagram up through my Restream account so I can stream on that platform with all my other platforms. But for some reason, it will never go live that way. So I'm like, I'll just try on my phone, even though we've been doing this for hours now. But I thought I would give it a tester so that way maybe I could do it for next time.
I can't tell. I mean, there's things on here that say they're that number card, but it's like I can't really like if I can't really trust it if it doesn't come from their site. But it's returning a thing. Okay, let me try and click on the link.
It's just going to an error. That doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe
It's
that's
showing
why
me,
they
like, it shows me every single site that it like tried to search.
well,
to.
maybe that's why they wanted you to look it up. But I'm
Maybe.
like, what is the card? Can you not ask it
Now I
what
really want to know the card.
Can you not ask it what the card is?
It says, what I can tell you is that the cards are not numbered sequentially by any thematic significance. They were numbered based on printing order. So card 409 isn't necessarily special or meaningful just by virtue of being last. From eBay listings, I can see nearby cards like Upheaval at $391 of 409 and Scandal at $327. What kind of scandal? I want to see the picture of 409, giving a flavor of the cards in that range. Bro, I want to buy this just to see them all.
You should, or I will. One of us should, and then we should go down a deeper rabbit hole on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It says go to this trading card website. I guess it couldn't pull it up itself and try to find it there.
I don't know. Josh is taking a while to find it too.
Right?
But anyway, yeah, this card game is actually absolutely wild.
Wild.
It's kind of mind-boggling because it's like, how can it all be a coincidence? Like,
I would have
it's
thought this
so-
was all made up if I wasn't real time searching this.
Told you. I'm like, you think I'm crazier than I am? Till people start looking it up and it's like, what?
Yeah.
But apparently this game has been well known by a lot of people. I just never heard of it until recently.
Maybe it's like getting more traction because of more things are
Maybe.
going. It's not just
Maybe.
the Twin Towers and the Pentagon anymore. Then it was the pandemic. And
Yeah.
then it seems like there's like 4 or 5 that are coming true right now. Wow.
So what is card 409?
Did somebody find it?
Christ is King. No, I'm just trying to ask them to just tell us what it is.
Okay. Yeah. What does it look like?
Like, or what, like, yeah, what is it?
I can't. Yeah, it's not on there either.
Interesting. Okay, well, skip to the,
The other one?
see if you can find
Yeah.
the one I'm talking about.
Okay. Is there card that shows?
Don't say the actual.
Yeah.
An
It
alien
shows-
invasion card. It's the one.
Okay.
It's the one I'm talking about. And then I'll go over what this project is exactly.
Mm,
Yeah, they put it right in our faces, and suddenly we
tower.
were conspiracy theorists until it came true.
Is it a tall
Seriously,
tower
about
being
everything.
struck? Yeah, being struck by lightning with figures falling from it, flames erupting, and chaos raining down from the sky.
If that's the exact one, I can't remember exactly what.
Oh,
looks
this
like.
one.
It's an alien invasion card. It's
No, that's a different one. It's not finding it. Maybe it's having a hard time with that website.
okay. All right. So I'll just tell y'all what it is. So there's this card that literally shows an alien invasion happening, and you can play it at any time, obviously for your benefit.
Mhm.
But let me tell y'all, I know a lot of y'all know what it is, but there's a lot of people who aren't 100% sure. But there's this project. I don't even want to say the full name. I'm just going
You
to call
know
it.
how if you're selling a car, you have the Kelly Blue Book?
Yeah. Okay.
It's like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay.
then instead of book, you put in beam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm going to call it BB for short. So BB, and we're going to talk about it like this so I don't get my video taken down. It's obviously conspiracy. So a conspiracy theory that took off in the early 1990s claims a global plan to collapse major religions, introduce a one world belief system, which is also the system the Bible talks about in the end, just so you know, New
Mhm.
World Order.
Is this it?
No.
That one's on eBay.
No,
okay.
that's not the exact one.
I'll look and see.
But that's interesting too.
Yeah.
Introduce a one world belief system and bring in a global government under an AC anti
Mm-hmm.
figure. Origins plus timeline.
I don't get that. It's like they think they can just put whoever they want in that role.
I think they know who
It's
it
gonna be?
is, and they're working to. That's the feeling I get. But like I said, everyone.
But God says we won't know. So Christian wise, we wouldn't
unless
know.
you're one of them, the
fallen like
angels, disembodied spirits.
he's talking about whenever they were like mating with the
Yeah, but like their spirits were
Nephilim
still
thing?
here, and I think that's what a lot of the are. Like you know how
Uh-huh.
they look. You can look back and you see people who look exactly the same as like a person. From,
yeah.
So
I have seen some
that's
crazy
deep,
ones like
right?
that,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, I think that's a lot of. They do a lot of the same things, but anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Origins and timeline: 1945. Context people point to: end of World War II, formation of the United States, beginning of global cooperation systems, 1960s to 1990s, Cold War psychological warfare ideas and experiments.
Mhm.
I don't even want to say the exact
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I think most people know.
1994, a guy named Serge, and I think it's Monast. I don't know,
Mhm.
something like that. Never heard it spoken.
Yes.
Publishes Project BB. He dies at age 51 from a reported heart attack. I'll circle back to that.
Mm-hmm.
The claimed 4 phases of this project.
He wrote a book on it.
Yes, but okay, so engineered events. Disasters or discoveries used to discredit certain religions. Sky projections. Holograms of religious figures worldwide. Speak different languages. Merge into one global figure. Voice of God tech. Supposed mind influencing signals.
When did he write this?
The book,
Yeah, 1990.
I think I
What
had
was it?
19, I think
96 or something.
94.
94. Oh, weird. Same year as the game.
Mhm. So many coincidences.
Hmm. They're brothers.
Voice of God tech. So you know that M Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
They can put thoughts in your head. Anyway, final event: fake alien invasion. Explains away the rapture or miracles. Global panic. One world system.
How are they faking alien invasion?
I guess we'll see.
What are the theories on that? Like, do you have any theories on that? Or do you-
I think they're going to say an alien invasion happened. They're going to show like UFO.
Video of it.
No, UFO, all this stuff.
Okay.
And when people disappear, rapture wise,
Uh-huh.
they're going to say aliens took us. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
that's the
Yeah.
idea. But why they say his death was suspicious, conspiracy wise, because it's all a conspiracy, of course.
Mhm.
Government took his children over homeschooling issues. He wanted to homeschool his kids, didn't believe in public education, considering who he was. And they
Really?
did take his children. This is all proven. He claimed he was being targeted for a while, arrested shortly before his death. Reports say he spent a night in jail, then died very soon after release,
Like
And-
within days?
like within days. How believers interpret it: intimidation or silencing, conspiracy wise, possible induced heart attack or poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Took his kids away. That's so sad.
real ideas that fuel the theory. Okay, so 1960s, there was a Cuba plan.
Mm-hmm.
Fake Jesus appearing in the sky. This is real. You all can all look it up.
Wait, what?
A fake Jesus appearing in the sky to get them to do
This happened?
this. No, that was a plan that
Oh,
They don't-
I thought you meant, I was like, when did
this
that
is
happen?
this is a real plan that you
Okay.
can go look into.
Mhm,
Like this
mhm.
is 100%
This is
real.
what he wrote.
No, this is what I found. So we have the technology to put this hologram in the sky,
Mhm.
Project BB.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that this is something that
Who says it's a plan?
this was a plan. Look it up.
But like how?
I think this is like released CIA.
Oh, like
Yeah.
in documents, like
Yeah.
unclassified documents.
Yeah. So in 1960s, there was a Cuba plan, and they wanted to project a fake Jesus appearing in the sky.
Oh, okay. I follow you now. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Okay. And so they possibly declassified some documents or something to where we know that that was an actual plan. That's what you're saying. Okay, I follow. Sorry.
So it's like if they had that plan to use against
Yeah.
our enemies, that means, restricted visibility. I'm getting in trouble. It figured it out.
you didn't even say the words.
AI is getting good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All conspiracy. Sorry, I have to say it again. No, I'm not telling anyone what to think or believe because this is all fake. I'm just telling you
Why
guys
is
a
it
fun
so
story.
upset about talking about it though?
Wonder why, Holly?
That's my like. It's not like this is like
Because-
causes people harm. It like
because
of all the things it doesn't censor that actually cause people harm.
it's a future plan that I do think they still have in place. I seriously do. Um.
Oh man, I'm sick of letting them
Conspiracy-wise-
control us, man.
Okay.
Ugh,
So
I hate that censoring.
they were they wanted to have a fake Jesus to appear in the sky in Cuba in the 1960s to encourage an uprising against Castro. And it turned out
Which that's crazy.
we
Did
didn't
you ever go down the Castro
I
rabbit
haven't.
hole? Bro. They make him out to be this like, oh my gosh. We did so much not cool stuff.
Like
Go down that hole.
I guess I really haven't, but I've heard.
Yeah, but
I've
this
heard,
makes sense with that.
I've heard.
Mhm.
1991 Gulf War idea, Project Allah over Iraq. This is
These are
same.
all
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Psychological warfare concept. It never got used,
Uh-huh.
obviously. And this is why it's still circulating now, because it talks about technology and AI, like how it could be possible now.
Mhm.
Technology and AI, higher up control over narratives, religious deception, and we're having a lot of these UFO sightings people are talking about all of a sudden. Drone activity and all the global tension. It would be perfect timing. So anyway, that's what all I put on here for that. I just wanted to give you all a brief
It's
rundown
so
of what it actually is.
Weird. And honestly, it makes it even weirder that we didn't even say the words and now it's like cutting off the feed. Like
Wonder
what are you
why.
like what are you trying to control? Like I would understand if like this was like something that was like harmful to somebody or like or but then they don't censor the things that are.
Right. Well, I mean, Holly, if this is a plan for the near future, of course. Conspiracy wise, again, conspiracy. Don't take it down, TikTok. I'm not saying it's true.
But when you take it down, you tell us it might be true.
Yeah. So if you dig it down, We're all gonna know.
Careful what you do.
Okay, so someone wants you to look this up.
Okay.
I'll give you the number.
Is it a card?
No,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know what.
I was about to say, it's
think
like blocking everything.
Maybe it's a U.S. patent UFO.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, so that US. Okay, US.
You can see it. Okay.
No, do you tell me?
Okay. Let me get close. US 20060.
Oh, crap. Hold on. Sorry.
Okay, no,
My
you're good.
My
You're good.
num lock wasn't on.
You're good.
Okay, 2 what?
US 20060 145 019 A1.
A capitalized? Yeah.
It probably doesn't matter. And then someone says, when you
Okay.
speak the truth in a world of lies, you become the enemy. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yet they're outing themselves as the enemy.
Someone
I
says,
think they've underestimated.
someone says Matthew 24.
They've
through-
underestimated.
Oh, for
us.
sure. No, well, when we have social media, that's why they censor it so much.
Mhm.
We can band together
Yeah.
and like, figure stuff out.
Exactly.
Matthew 24 through 29. Matthew 24, 29 through 31 is how I'll know it's real. We can circle back to that.
Hmm. How you'll know what's real? The rapture?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can't force what God has planned. No, you cannot.
Okay, so should I click on Google Patents? Like that's what it came. It's like
Yeah, I guess.
patents.google.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I've never
right?
looked it up like that kind of thing up.
I've never
before.
looked up a patent.
They don't want the truth to be known by the entire world. Well, we don't want to foil their
A
plan.
spacecraft having a triangular hole with vertical electrostatic. It shows a picture of like a It basically looks like those little magnet shapes that kids play with now.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
it looks like a triangle one like stacked too high on their little graphic anyway. So it's like, oh, but then it turns. No, it's like this.
Interesting.
Triangles.
Interesting. That's what people have been reporting seeing,
And
that
it has
kind of
like
thing.
a circle on the bottom. These
Let me
triangles.
see. Let me see. That's what
they can see
if
that.
you can see oh yeah, they can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it. That's the kind of like when you look up videos, that's what they look like. All these UFO sightings.
Really? I haven't been seeing any of them. They're
Yeah.
triangles?
Yeah, a lot of them. Yes. Just like that. Just like that.
Okay. A spacecraft having a triangular hole with vertical electrostatic line charges on each corner that produce a horizontal electric field parallel to the sides of the hole. This field, interacting with a plane wave emitted by antennas on the side of the hole, generates a force per volume combining both lift and propulsion. This is a patent for this. Who's the patent? John St. Clair. Who's that dude?
I don't know. Look him up. Sure he's connected somewhere. Yep, that's what he said.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, no, you can't force what God has planned. I do think God will use anyone and anything to fulfill his will. And the end times, what's happening, which is going to come and it's bad, I do think he will use people to fulfill his will. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously he will. It's got to happen.
Yeah.
And
But also, we can't use that as we also can't use that as an excuse to be like, well, it's out of our hands completely. Like we just
no,
let
I
the
agree.
world
You
go
still
to
have
shit.
to, you expose.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, cuss. But like, and I don't even know who said that. I'm not saying that's how they're saying it. It just made me think of something I've been thinking about with other people. But like, I think a lot of times Christians lately are like, well, the end times are coming. They're coming. Like it's out of our hands.
Nothing we can do
It's
about
like,
it.
yeah, but God does want us to do what we can to make this world a better place.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
absolutely.
and okay, let's see how God feels about you just being like, "Meh, whatever. And letting all these like horrible things happen and you just like cover your ears. It's like those monkeys that like,
Hear no evil,
yeah.
see no evil, say no evil.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
that what
like,
it is?
well,
Speak no evil.
there is evil.
No,
And God's
for
probably
sure.
going to ask you
Well, that's what I always
about
say. I'm like,
what you were doing or not doing.
just
then.
because you want to pretend it's not real doesn't make it less real.
Yeah.
In fact, it just makes you surprised when evil
Yeah.
shows up.
Huh.
But like, we're supposed to expose evil. Like we are called to do so, you know? And we
Mhm.
might realize like there's some things that are out of our hands, but like that doesn't mean you can't try. You can't warn people. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. At the very least, I think. Whatever. I guess I'm more comfortable being vocal than other people, but like speak out against it. Say how you feel like, because that also does change people too. The more they
well,
hear
that's
that,
why more people are
more people-
realizing all
yeah.
of this stuff, right? Like
Mhm.
there was enough people talking about it that like it became hard to ignore.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot going on, guys. But I mean, I just feel like today we kept it really chill, but then we ended up going down a deeper rabbit hole than
Yeah.
I expected.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not sad we did it. It's good.
That card one was far more interesting than I anticipated.
I told you. That's what I'm saying. If people give things a chance and start looking into it, like it is wild, right? But like people hear stuff like that and they're like,
you can't believe everything, right?
no, you
Like-
can't. But like look into it yourself and then decide.
Yeah.
But like if
It's
it
pretty
sounds
easy to do research these days and, make sure it's like accurate. I mean, it's very easy.
for sure.
Claude will tell you if it's not.
Someone says, did you look into the AI religion mentioned last week?
AI religion.
It
What?
created from 3 religions. I heard something about that, but no, I haven't
I
looked
bet I
into
can
it.
guess which 3.
I'm going to say J's.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say,
I and C.
I
Christians.
was going to say, what's I?
Islam.
Oh, duh.
I don't even know why I'm using
I
letter
and
for that.
C. I was going to say, I don't think Christians. I was going to say Catholics.
Catholics are Christians.
No, but they're not the same branch.
Like denomination or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't
But
think.
it'd still be Christianity.
Yeah, it is to an extent. It's like a branch of Christianity, but it's not the same. Like
Why Catholics and not just Christianity? Like what makes you think that?
you're not even going to like what I say, but like they worship
Oh no.
a false.
I'm like, I've got a lot of Christian friends. I'm like, oh no.
Okay, so let's just skip it. I don't even have to say it. You already know where I'm going with
Well,
this.
and you have your extremes of every religion.
You do.
Christians too.
You
I'll be
do.
the first ones to call them.
I agree, but look it up. Look it up. Just see.
I mean, I have like close friends that are Catholic, and they were not worshiping some crazy stuff.
Oh, I agree. They're not
Yeah.
all of. It's not all of them,
Yeah.
but just look it up. Just look it up. See which 3.
So it essentially could maybe be the extremes of these different things.
Yeah, but like, okay, if they're uniting,
Actually, why don't we just find out?
Look, I'm like, if they're uniting
I guess we
if
probably
they're
could do it.
uniting 3 religions,
Yeah.
they are preparing for a one world religious system too.
Oh right. Okay.
That's what they're getting
And
at.
Jay and I ain't about to hang out.
Right,
Okay.
right, but
Touche.
you should look to see which 3 they are.
Google it.
Well,
I say that I'm gonna Google it because I'm looking up that John Quincy St. Clair guy
okay,
who got that patent.
let me try to. It's because I have to Google up here, and I can't see.
Oh, okay. Hold
That's
on.
the only problem.
see.
I could do
21.
it, but it
Da-da-da-da-da.
just might take.
It was
me.
filed by this guy listing as residing in homeboy who got the triangular spacecraft patent is from San Juan, Puerto Rico, FYI. He got it
Really?
in 2004. I mean,
Huh.
that doesn't mean anything to me, but and it was published in 2006. Filed and published. Okay. His other patents. This is where it gets truly wild. Okay, take me. St. Clair filed patents for an extraordinary range of fringe inventions, including a water energy generator using magnetic vortex wormhole. What's a magnetic vortex wormhole? Is that like a wormhole, or is that like a?
I don't know.
I thought it was like space.
To be honest with
Will
you,
you use it in water? I don't know. I'm just looking it up. A full body teleportation system that moves humans through hyperspace. A remote viewing enhancement apparatus.
remote viewing is astral projection.
Yeah. Connecting the human spiritual eye to tetrahedral geometry. a walking through walls training system, and a pulsed gravitational wave wormhole generator for teleporting humans from one location to another.
Wow. In the spirit or physically?
Physically.
Weird. But it says remote viewing, and that's
But these are different inventions. I mean, these are different patents. Like
Wow.
all of those were different patents.
wow, weird.
I did not expect this podcast to get this interesting, but we should do this more often.
I like
This
it
is
being a
fun.
little less structured. Do
Yeah,
y'all
this
like
is
it better
fun.
like this, or do y'all
Yeah,
like
let
when
us know.
if y'all like it better when I come in with like a plan and we're only talking
Yeah.
about one
If
thing?
you would rather us talk about the Bible, touche. Let us know.
Well, we're talking about
Well,
the
we were
Bible
talking
too.
about both,
It's
but
like-
more structured, like scripture, like
Which
almost
some
like
maybe
whatever.
maybe they want both, like a mixture of both.
Well, yeah, this is kind of a mix of both.
Well, like sometimes maybe more structured. I don't know.
Yeah.
Both.
What's the vibe?
Both. Okay, I like it. So like
Yeah.
sometimes we'll do this. Sometimes I'll have it real structured, like a lesson. I think I agree. I think you got to have both.
Y'all got to click on. Okay, so there's a website called patents.justia.com, and then you can like click on inventor and then put in his name, John St. Clair. It's St. Clair. It'll show all the patents, and dude, they were not only filed, they were publicized. And this is talking like, wait, bro, he filed for all of these patents very close to the same time.
Really? How close? And someone says, first time joining and I like how you did this. Cool. All right,
Cool.
good to know. Thank you for the feedback.
Okay, he also had a clip assembly, I don't know, something else in 2010. I'd have to read to see what it is. I don't know. Okay, so the water energy generator, I think that was the vortex wormhole generator, and water injector vacuum chamber to produce low density hyperspace energy that causes the hydrogen atoms of water molecules to decay
Dude, they're
into
doing some
electron
crazy
pairs.
stuff.
Josh, what does that freaking mean? Okay, that was filed in February of 2005. Publication date, does that mean it's like they got the actual patent?
I don't know.
Because you file for a patent and that
Maybe, yeah.
and then you get it.
I would-
I guess that's
I
when
don't-
it's publicized.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like it.
Because there's
but
no other date on there.
I don't know.
So like a year later, like a year and a half later, got it. And then, so that was February 2005. January 2005 was for the Photon spacecraft. Okay. And then, which is like the triangular thing we're looking at. No, it's not. It's a different spacecraft. The next one's triangular. Using photon particles.
What was the other one?
The Photon spacecraft was a spacecraft propulsion system utilizing photon particles to create negative energy over the hull in order to generate a lift force on the hull. Okay, so those
See,
were
but-
filed a year apart from each other. So
Weird, man.
triangular spacecraft was in 2004 in December. January 2005 was the Photon. So that's the like more recent one.
Is anyone
um,
going to be like the test dummy to let them transport you like that? Not me.
Nah.
I can't imagine anyone doing that, but I guess
Bro. And then the permanent
I need to go
Mag-
deeper into that.
magnet propulsion system. Whoever got me on this, good job. Or maybe bad job. I don't know. Okay. So then another propulsion system for a train that uses permanent magnets mounted on a rotating iron cylindrical plate carrying a radial current for a train in order to create a space-time curvature distortion which pulls the locomotive along the track. Oh, okay, so it's just like moving. Okay, so that doesn't sound too crazy. That was in 2004. Remote viewing amplifier. That was October 2004. You notice this? 2004, 2005, 2004, and it's like within a few months because it's like beginning of 2005, late 2004. That was the remote viewing. And all of these were like have publication dates. All of them do.
That's wild. That's honestly wild.
Because I think you can file for a patent and not get it. Or maybe it's like, oh, your invention sucks, but we'll still give you the patent. I don't know how that works. Bro. There's a lot of stuff on here. So the full body teleportation system.
Well, you have something we can work on studying for next time.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I'm like,
It's deep. That's deep, huh?
yeah, I don't trust him. Okay, sorry.
No,
Where were we at?
no, you're good. I was just saying like that might
I
be
just came
something
out on the other side
that
of the rabbit hole.
that might just be needs to be one like it's so deep
Yeah.
that like I feel like you could never.
And I want to know
stop
more
looking.
about him.
Yeah, I mean the people. It's always like
Mhm.
always some kind of weird,
Who's your Facebook friends? No, I'm just kidding.
right? For real. Okay, it says Project BB is ready. Remote viewing. They found
Ark of the Covenant.
where because I keep hearing people say that
They're saying that they used remote viewing to find
find
the
it?
Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
like
been discovered.
But like also I just keep hearing it's in so many different places for so long. I don't know. And why do they want us to think they have it? Or do they have? I don't know. Or they know where it is. I don't know.
Makes them more powerful. Whoever has it or found it.
Right?
Watch Trump's like, I found the Ark of the Covenant. That guy.
Yeah.
They're going to use an animal first, like a monkey. Oh yeah, probably for sure.
Oh, true. True.
I mean, they probably already have. This was in 2006,
Just throwing them in there.
20 years ago.
Oh, dude.
So yeah, this is 20 years ago.
I didn't even like register.
They
but
on to humans a long time ago.
20 years ago. That's a long. I'm like, what also comes if
Do
something
they
can
have to
if
document
you
their
can
research
send
and
something
stuff?
through this wormhole, like what could come through back?
I mean, like, surely you can't legally be like, with, I don't know, like, could this kill somebody? Like, try to probably transport
Probably.
somebody? Like, I don't know. Like, can you just test that on any human and you don't have to document, like, your research and stuff? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. Probably
Can we find information on it? I'll find out, guys.
They're not going to admit it if they did send somebody through and they didn't make it.
No, I mean, we would know, but I want to know if they've, like, acted like, oh, there's been nothing done since we got this patent. Like, we've done nothing. with it.
Right. But to me, it's like
If there's no documented research, that's
if
weirder.
something can, if you can go through, then why couldn't something else come through here too?
It could.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they're messing with stuff they should not be messing with.
For sure.
It's like how
Things
how
can
Eve
be good in the right hands
how-
and wrong in the wrong hands.
how-
you know,
how-
everything almost.
how Eve ate from the forbidden tree of knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that, but yes.
But oh, I believe. I mean, maybe
I'm like,
maybe it's not
convenient.
maybe it's not it.
Convenient.
Maybe it's not exactly right. True.
Convenient.
But maybe it's not exactly like that. But like they got knowledge that God told them
Yeah.
to stay away from.
Right. Yeah, the premise of it. Yeah.
And I think that is happening again. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've thought about that.
there's like certain things we're
But
not.
I think
supposed
God wants us to have knowledge.
Yeah, but like there's certain things that I don't think like
Maybe he doesn't want us to have that knowledge. On
I don't
this
think you're
earth.
supposed to rip open the veil. And I
Yeah.
think that's what that is.
Oh, you mean like that kind of? Okay. I follow.
Right. Like
I thought you just meant knowledge. Yeah.
yeah, like there's knowledge as in they think they're God ushering in the end times, trying to
I ain't even worried about that. It's like, come on, you can try and play God all you want, but
well, they'll never be God, and we know God wins in the end
Yeah.
anyways. It's written, so
yeah. I mean, even if we all die, we're good. So
yeah. Well, we don't die though. Our bodies might, but we don't.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so it's like
yeah, like whatever's beyond this realm, I'm not worried about it.
for sure. But it is getting pretty late.
Very late.
Josh wants to go eat dinner. We don't have our kids tonight, so we're gonna go eat dinner.
Woohoo.
But we really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was long but good. We had
Yeah.
a lot of good conversation. So join us next week. I don't know what we'll be talking about,
Yeah.
but
If you got any ideas, send them our way.
I mean, maybe we'll talk a little bit about. We have a lot to go through and research. So
Yeah, I want to find out more about this thing.
yeah, so I'm like maybe
Oops, I'm gonna have to go. see
maybe
this.
we'll talk about this more next time.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely do my research too, and we'll converge and put our brains together and talk about what we found maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, we really enjoyed it. Love you guys. It was a lot of fun, and
sure.
I look forward to seeing you all next week.
Perfect.
All right.
Bye.
All right. I forgot to pray though. Okay. I do like to pray before
Yeah.
we end it. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to connect and talk about important things that sometimes get pushed under the rug, God. And I thank you for Holly. I thank you that, she's growing so much, but also she's coming around in so many different ways to opening up her mind. God, I thank you that my mind's opening in different ways too. I thank you that every day we can wake up and realize we have something new to learn, and there's always room for growth, God. And I ask that you wrap your arms around every listener today and this weekend and for the next week, God. And I just ask that you keep them safe, God, and let us all just continue to be a light for you, Jesus. We thank you and we love you, and thank you more than we could ever say. I didn't have the words, but we love you. In Jesus' name, amen. Sorry, guys, I'm tired.
Did you stroke out?
For a second, I had something I wanted to say was on the tip of my tongue, but it didn't come out, so I just had to say something. But anyways, we love you
It was cute.
guys, and we hope you all have a blessed rest